G'day and welcome into part 1, the opening stanza of my new campaign in Divide and Conquer, going to be the Kingdom of Dale. Kingdom of Dale, the Northmen, King Bane and Prince Brand. Let's have a look at what we're working with the Kingdom of Dale. As you can see on the map, we are up in the far north. We will be surrounded by Erebor and Mirkwood, and we'll have big enemies very, very quickly. Overview for our faction: we have a ranged, focused faction. Good archers, versatile roster, very poor early game economy. We're going to be coming back to this. Very poor early game economy. Brisbane Baron, Dale a hard mode in your opinion? Good luck. It is. It's going to be hard mode. Notable units, we get the Hearthguard, the Earls, and the Athala Rangers. Now, of those three, the Athala Rangers are probably the ones that we'll see the most, because they're recruitable in a lot of places. A lot of different regions. Pretty much across Ravanian and Mirkwood, or to Mirkwood, somewhere around there. The Hearthguard and the Earls are more Esgaroth and Dale centric, but I mean, we will be recruiting a lot of units from Esgaroth and Dale. Very hard, very hard. Of course, we're going to be managing all our cities. Victory conditions: long, hold 30 regions, including the Realm of Dale, Naked Hill, Gathod. Eliminate the factions Easterlings of Rune and Dol Guldur. Two very big enemies. And our little overview: leader is King Bane. It is not Bard. It's King Bane. Bard has died, and his son has taken over, as far as I'm aware. I find odd because I know the timings for all the characters are not perfect. Like if you look at, Adrian shouldn't be alive for Dol Amroth and stuff like that. I think, the ages on all of the key characters are not quite right. I'm surprised they didn't put Bard in as the character. I know the timing wouldn't be perfect, but I guess that was their decision. It's fair enough. Fair enough. It was a fairly big gap. The King Bane, Heir Prince Brand, and our capital is Dale. There was still a company of archers that held their ground among the burning houses. Their captain was Bard, grim-voiced and grim-faced, whose friends knew his worth and courage. He was a descendant in long line of Gillian, Lord of Dale, whose wife and child had escaped down the running river from the ruin long ago. Bard took the lead after the attack on Lake Town and ordered things as he wished. He had a hard task to govern the people and direct the preparations for their protection and housing. Probably most of them would have perished in the winter, but help came swiftly. The Bard at once had speedy messages sent up the river to the forest to ask the aid of the King of the Elves of the Wood. Ooh. So, we are rebuilding in the aftermath of the Battle of the Five Armies. That's pretty much the situation. Starting location: the holdings of the Dalesmen stretch from the city of Dale out to the sparsely populated region of Erlin's Ferry, and this gives them plenty of warning if an army is encroaching on their capital. Unless it's Dol Guldur, of course. Early game: to the north, the dwarves of the Iron Hills will be actively trying to create a buffer between the mountains and the Sea of Rune. This land race will dominate Dale's starting game. Once lines have been drawn, you can cross the river running and lay claim to the lands of Rovanian before Duinin or Dol Guldur do. Unlikely. Be wary of meeting Rune unprepared, for they will outmatch you for many years. Okay. That doesn't sound good. Military overview. Dale have a mixed military makeup, but they focus mostly on range warfare. They have plenty of willing woodsmen and peasants who are eager to fight for Dale and can be used to engage the enemy whilst your superior archers finish them off. Additionally, Dale have one or two outstanding units that can turn battles in their favour. They have a nice variety of cavalry to help close the distance in the vast plains of the north. Our special features: we have black arrows, which are armor piercing on a lot of our mainline archers. We have the Athala Rangers, which are recruitable across Rovanian and Rune. We get Elven and Dwarven support. And we'll have a look at what that is once we get into the campaign. We can of course get the Minas Ithil Guardians from Minas Morgul, as most human factions can. And we have access to some ships. Certainly not the high tier ships of Gondor or the Elves. So that's it. Just make sure all our settings are right. Very, very hard. Very hard, very hard. Manage, show, lock. Alright, let's get in. It's very ominous. It's funny, the mic to suppress sounds in the background sometimes doesn't pick up the more nuanced sounds, such as me trying to make some sort of explosion noise. It's cool that our first image we have here is Lake Town. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, if you have never played Divide and Conquer before, I urge you to read this. Okay? There's a lot of helpful information here. I've read it many a time. There's a few changes in version 5. Obviously, there's no barracks event anymore. Everyone had access to all tiers of towns now. I don't think we're one of the ones that are locked behind a script. No, we're not. And that's about it. So, it's a lot of reading. This is a lot of reading. Now, I'm not going to read all this, but I will just scroll down if you wish to pause the YouTube video and have a look. And pause and read through there. That's just the lore, the story, nothing gameplay related. Okay. However, this is gameplay related, so have a read of this. Allegiances of old. In the days of old, King Bard of Dale made lasting alliances with King Dane of Erebor and King Slangel of Mirkwood. Today we still stand together as a force of power in the north. However, battles with the Easterlings and the destruction wrought by Smorg have sent us near economic ruin. Now all-out war with Mordor and Rhûn seemed inevitable, and we do not have the power to hold on our own. As such, we sent messengers to our old allies requesting their aid, and they have answered. Both messengers speak of peace and friendship with Dale and have spoken of their lord's promise to supply aid to Dale as long as we maintain the alliances already in place. This may not be that simple because there is only a fragile truce between the dwarves and elves, and this could flare into war, forcing us to choose a side. Hopefully not. For now, however, as long as we maintain our peace with these nations, then hardy battalions of dwarven warriors will join the keen-sighted woodland elves, woodland rangers, in the great town hall of Dale. Although the supply of troops will come slowly, it will at least come. Now, just as we did in our age-long past, our three great nations will stand as one against the oncoming tide. Okay. So, before we do anything, let's just set out our settings. Yes, always allow. Now, sound is very hard to set in the main menu because you can't see the numbers. No, that stays on full. What am I doing? 80, 75. Okay. And we will just do a save. Do a fresh save, so we are all set. Have to go through that again. Okay. So this is the situation that we have. We have Dale, Esgaroth, Glasgard, and I don't know how to pronounce the U, the accented U. I'm just going to say Berkulpus. We have a army over here with our factionaire King Brand, and Bermaling is here as well. We have a few settlements out and about. There is a settlement here, obviously, and there's a settlement here. There's 3 settlements that are neutral that we could probably go about trying to clean up reasonably early. Now, if we go to faction info, this is additional information here. So, special features. So we've read about the old alliances. However, ruined economy. Exhausted by the efforts required to rebuild Dale after the Battle of the Five Armies, the kingdom's coffers begin in a dire state, losing money. You must act quickly and wisely to address this issue. So, it's a special feature of this campaign that we have no money. Wonderful. Wonderful. Love to see it. Love to hear about it. We're going to be very, very poor. We're only starting with 5 grand, which is even less than other factions as well. Building limitations are standard. Ring script is standard for a good faction. But we are once again a good faction. After playing Isengard, we are once again a good faction. And I'm feeling good about that, at least. We have two options with our ruined economy. If we have a look, as things stand, we're losing 106 gold. We're losing 106 gold each turn, as things stand. That's as a starting point, which is pretty scary, considering we have this army in free upkeep here, at least 4 of them. We have some generals in Glasgard and Burkorpus. I'm going to get free upkeep for them as soon as possible. That will be a priority. And then we have a fair bit of free upkeep in Dale and Esgaroth. Now we need to manage this the best we can. Now Esgaroth is going to have to hold. I suspect Dol Guldur is going to probably storm down here quite quickly. They might even get Bur Algae in the auto expand, and they'll be at our doors quite quickly. So what we want to do, can we get, yes, the Athala Rangers here are free upkeep, and we have potentially, we have 1, 2, 3 free upkeep. Let's see. So what we need to get is the Athala Rangers in here, basically. That's what we need to do. We need to have an army of Athala Rangers defending Esgaroth. Now I think we have 1 in here. So you're going to go to Esgaroth, and that's free upkeep. Archers, Dale, Longbowmen are also free. 5k. Okay, what are the essentials? Because we're going to have no money. So we need a meeting hall, because that will get us free upkeep for the general. So you can govern and be free. Now, the other thing I want to show you is... So it talked about the... Where is it? Garrison halls. No? Town hall. So the town hall, this is where we get the Erebor infantry and the king's shields. From the dwarven support. Now, this extends out. But the elven ones are only available closer here, I believe. So, definitely free upkeep there. And we want to go free upkeep here as well. So, that's 1,000 a pop. Where are we? Am I blind? Is it down? Here it is. That's 1,000. So, we're down to 3,000. Esgaroth. I would love to get the militia garrison. It's 3,000 gold. But then that would mean we could hold there. And we wouldn't need to worry about things. I think it's worth it. So if we go militia garrison, and we've spent literally every one of our coins, that'll be 2 free units. And if we have some archers here to do most of the work, hopefully with the free garrison units we can hold. Now, this is a Northman archer. I think we just need archers in here to try and hold Esgaroth, because it's actually a really good place for archers when they come across the bridge into the city. I mean, we don't have any Athala Rangers right now, so this guy's going to have to do. So you come into here.
As you wish.
That's 3 free upkeep archers, and all of them can be replenished here. So we can take a couple of losses on them, and they can replenish. Righto, that then leaves everyone else. Now the question then is, do we hunker down in free upkeep? Or do we go and try and capture some settlements? Now I think we're going to try and capture some settlements, get this one, and maybe get this one, and then jump back into free upkeep and try and hunker down a little bit. I think that's the plan. We have a couple of units around here that can help out on a bit of a push. So anyone who... I don't think we're going to leave you here. I think you're going to war. Because you're quite expensive, I believe. How much are you? This is a Laketown... This is a custom general, Laketown Pike unit. And you're 340, and you're not free upkeep. So that means you got to go to war.
Orders.
Chuck you in there as well.
Joining forces, my lord.
I just come march to here.
With honor.
These Dale and Esgaroth are going to be our 2 main cities. This is our faction leader, King Bane. I think I'll leave you in there. You're free upkeep. At least you'll could chuck you in here, but I think that's a bit risky. I think just with the garrison and those 3, it should be fine. So you're definitely going to be marching out, and that's all the troops we have to spare. Now we need to link up.
My lord.
So if we just come this way a touch.
Approaching quietly.
There is some rebels here. I thought there was summer in this area. I just wanted to check where they were. I do recall there being rebels around here. Might even be some rebels in this area. Either like this fog of war here or somewhere down here. I don't know. I think there's some more rebels around there. So we want to take them out as well. Where's this city? There's a road going up here.
Approaching.
Because these rebels will just cause devastation. I'm kind of thinking, do I take this and then send the army back to deal with those rebels, and then get the army back over here before Rune starts pressing? I think that might be the plan. Like, we're going to be going negative. Already we're negative 23, so we may as well just go all out negative. So you...
Your will, my lord.
could march north and hook up with the army. I mean, the army's a liberal
Yes,
term,
my
isn't it?
lord.
Are we actually going to have enough? 1,
Your
2,
orders,
3,
my lord.
4, 5, 6. Loving these double streams. Vodka, welcome in. Yeah, they don't last. It's just when I've got
Yes,
time.
my lord.
This is... What's in this garrison here? I feel like the cabinet's going to be needed over there. So
Your
what we're going to
orders,
do,
my
we're going to
lord.
use this.
My lord.
We're going to siege this. Let's go straight in. And that's
We
going
shall
to make
engage.
us be
We shall prevail.
negative 1200
Yes.
straight off the bat. So, does cash cow exist? Now, this is a new campaign, Vodka. Right. So, siege in there. Now, what we could actually do, would have been the smarter move, is have less units and try and bait them out. I don't know what the other units are, so I want to go in full strength. Don't want to make a mistake that huge this early. But then the remaining forces,
Your will, my death.
you're going to be marching out.
Urging armies, my lord.
To march out, you're going over to here.
With honor.
I'm down
We
there.
shall continue tomorrow.
You guys are not free upkeep, so you may as well just join that force. Add
Yes,
some numbers.
My lord.
And we're going to deal with these rebels as well.
Your
You,
will, my lord.
you're not free upkeep, so you may as well come. Yeah, come over here. I'm going to need you. Don't want to get caught by those rebels. March to here.
By your command.
Okay, so you
We
come
can go
too.
no further
This has
today.
some armor and weapons upgrades. These is Northman militia. Actually punch really well. 6 attack, but they're effective against armor, so they trade upwards. Even though they'll die and die fast, they do trade upwards. Right, so I think we're defending well. We've just got the one spot. Do we have... Oh, we didn't get a diplomat. And we're not building in Dale. We do get the Palace of Gillian here in Dale. Order, retraining costs reduced, etc., etc. All the standard things here. Now you're going to play some dotes. Go for it, man. I wish you every success. So I think that's about all we can do on this first turn. So 1400 we're losing, and yeah, we're just going to have to bite the bullet, aren't we? And just deal with what we have here. I don't think there's anything else we could possibly do. Who are we actually allied with at the moment? So allied with the Dwarves, Trade Right, Military Access, Erebor, Dorwinian, and the Woodland Realm. So we actually start with a lot of alliances. A lot of trade routes already up and running. I can't rename Erebor. I don't own Erebor, Monster. I don't own it. I'm Dale. I'm Dale Vodka. I'm not the dwarves. Okay. Take Condivan. Where's that? That one? That one? Why do not give me a mission to take this one? 15 turns. I get a military unit. Oh, well, we'll have to do that. Even if we take it and run. Even if we take it and run. Because this is a walled town. I believe this isn't. I think it's a village. So we'll have to be a little bit careful with that. It's a unit. And we got no money. So that's one way we can get a unit. You accept your loss. Now you go lose some MMR. Yep. Be a good Dota player. Go lose some MMR. Is there... By the way, I feel like there's rebels over here somewhere. I feel like
Approaching
over here.
quietly. Approaching quietly.
No.
Your orders, my lord.
Yes. Your will, my lord. As you wish.
Matching up.
My lord.
Is there devastation here yet? No, is there devastation in this one? Maybe there's corruption. Corruption is decreasing? No, no devastation yet. I just... Devastation really does add up, just by having those neutrals in your territory. I mean, there's not really much else for us to do. We're sieging here. We're just going to wait for them to come out. These troops are just pure gold. They are pure gold, these troops, because we can't get anyone else. Everyone else's troops are exhausted. The money's exhausted. The coffers are empty. We've got people at this moment, you know, scuba diving along, the long lake, trying to find some gold left over, from Lake Town. That's what we got our people doing, because there's no money to be had. Trying to find if we can, sell off some dragon scales left over in the lake, to Rune. See if we can make some money. That's where we're at the moment. Okay, so we got our 2 meeting halls done. Now, just out of interest,
My lord.
just have a look around here, right?
Approaching quietly. Approaching
Sometimes they just
quietly.
hide.
Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly.
Okay, I want to get rid of him.
Come and get me,
Wait.
you coward.
Your
Look,
orders, my lord. My lord.
I had a feeling.
Approaching.
I had a
Yes, my
feeling
lord.
they're here somewhere. Okay, I want to get rid of him. We'll use this army for it.
To battle.
We got to clear out these lands because devastation is a killer. Captain Rick, we have no cav in this army actually. It's not too bad. Try and get some shots in, I guess first. Let's make a new save. I have to delete some of these saves. Dale battle. Dale battle. Let's get in.
Attack!
Trees. I don't like trees. We're gonna all breathe carbon dioxide. And we're attacking, aren't we? So they're probably not going to come to us. Let's just pretend that they do come to us, and we'll see. We have a little bit of a hill here. Hey, no crossbows in Dale. And you know what? Dale is an archer faction, and they have no crossbows. That should tell you something. And if you're wondering, there goes EPM on his crossbow rant again, you'd be right. Okay, so what we're going to do is try and use the Lake Town Pikes. Let's have a look at these Lake Town Pikes. We haven't looked at any of these units yet. These are the Lake Town Pikes. They look very, very nice. Very clean models. Now, I believe this lad, the Custom General, is useless. The Dale Northman Generals don't get any additional HP. They're generally very, very flimsy. So we just have to be careful with those. Make sure we protect that flank. Make sure you're on defensive, yep. But if we can just let this guy be kind of like, we want to go 3 deep. 3 deep is what we want. So about there. Yeah, so 3 deep. Have the archers, and then we want to defend his flanks. Now we'll defend his flanks with the swordsman. And they will also, just overlap a touch, go into defensive, and then we'll use these lads to flank around. Okay. Try and preserve as many units as we can. We want the main line to engage on this if we can. So these are our Lake Town Pikes. Our Dale Swordsman, our sort of militia tier swordsman unit in the blues. Some different, I like the different types of shields. I don't like them all being uniform. Because, you think of an army, they wouldn't have all the same shields. It'd be whatever John Blob brought to the battlefield. These are our Northman militia with their 2-handed axes, getting that 2-handed skill up. They can, go better in their Bannerlord campaign. We've got our Northman. Oh, don't do that. Northman archers. Yeah, they look pretty standard. As you can imagine, some peasants that were given some bows, but they're men of Dale, so they have some idea what's going on. Are they coming to us? Are they moving? It kind of looks like they are. Yeah, they're moving away from us. Are they moving? Yeah, they're definitely moving. They're definitely moving, just not in our direction. There's trees just everywhere. No, it's just trees. Okay. They don't have any range, so that's okay. Let's just push forward. We'll get some shots in. We'll force them to come to us. Speed up. Had a little bit of a gawk at our units. Yeah. Really... You know what? Come over here. You know what? It's going to take longer, but we have no units. I have to be cost efficient here. Come over here. It's going to take longer. We'll walk around. And we want to approach not through the forest, just so our archers have a bit of a better time. And so I can see what's going on, honestly. Well, bandits. So the bandits are not an issue. Privateer axemen are very strong. Keep coming. Won't move the camera, so they keep going at ×6. Like, we have no units. We have no money. And we don't have prospector money for a long time. And our units are militia. So we need to take the most cost-effective fights you could possibly ever imagine. Now, to do that, you generally need a cav unit, which we don't have any of. Move up now. Make sure those pikes are gonna take the main line. Like they're actually coming to us. Go to that. Run. Archers, you're in position. Right. Yeah, give him a volley. Give him a volley, lads. I love that they all don't fire at once as well. Man, I like Medieval 2. Oh, it's great. Those archers wouldn't fire all at once. Don't let Hollywood fool you. Fire at separate times. You're not going to do damage against Privateer Axemen. Don't bother with it. Just try and kill some of the bandits. Even though they got shields, they're the better target. Yeah, now that they're going to hang back there, you may as well shoot them. Okay. Looks like this line is coming into the pikes. That's what we want. Go off defensive. Give them a charge. We flank a bit. Okay, flank. Now the pike, the Lake Town pikes are very good. You just hold here. Where are they going? Okay, come around. We're gonna get a nice recharge on these guys here. They get a nice charge bonus. And break this unit. You really don't want them... Yeah, hold fire. Yeah. We'll let them come at the pikes, but then catch them on the charge. Okay, they're done. They came into the pikes, that's fine. Come back.
They have lost half their men.
Okay, can we come around here with the Northmans? Under here. Get them. Now these are armor effective. So get into a nice little charge there and try and surround them. Don't have any special ability. Charge. Okay, try and take him down. The bandits are firing broken to the death, so it's just get in on him with the armor piercing. Go. Pikes are holding him nice and still. Lost 7%. Okay, this is good. Bandits are pretty much done. Okay, get onto those. Everyone here is hitting them. Pikes are holding them in place. 65%. Come on, route. Beat it up. Yeah, that should break them. Yeah, Fine broken to death. Nice.
Behold
Okay.
how our cowardly foe
12%.
runs.
Let's see how many we
It's time to
heal.
press the attack. Be awed by the victory we have won here today.
I'll take that. 10%. Nice little first battle of the campaign. 10% losses. Most kills go to the Dale Swordsman, 118. Pikes with 90. Yep, they were just holding that front line, killing them slowly. And then the militia got around onto those, got those charges in. Archers got 36 kills. Didn't lose anyone, more importantly. So they'll be completely fresh for the next battle. It's a clear victory. Need to get some traits and retinue for this general. Need to improve him. This pikeman unit is going to be really, really important. As much as I would love to leave him in Esgaroth to make sure Esgaroth doesn't fall, he's too good to leave him sit there. If he had free upkeep, I'd probably be tempted to, since he's so expensive. But yeah, he's not. Yeah, so we're out of range.
My lord.
Look over here.
Approaching.
My lord.
You run this way.
Yes. We can go no
We could
further
go and
today.
take there. Look, they're causing devastation. Ooh, we could go and take this. Get rid of them. Actually, that's actually a good call. We're gonna come here first,
We shall continue
kill that,
tomorrow.
and then come to here and reinforce with some units if need be. We're gonna get the spy over here to see if how many units are in here. If it's a big garrison or a small one. I have a feeling it's a reasonable sized garrison. Oh, this boat is costing us money, 100 per turn. Question. He does have 2 stars. Competent sailor, fleet admiral. It's going to be 100 per turn we're losing from that. Now, you might think that's not much. But over 10 turns, you know, that's 1,000 gold. We've already had 2 turns. We've already lost 200 gold from this guy. I just don't think we need a ship right now. Like, obviously later, yeah, when we're transporting troops down the river, trying to get to Rune. But right now, we are just, like, money or bust. And you're not going to be helping. So you're going to be disbanded. Disband him, save ourselves just a little bit of money. 100 per turn.
Yes, my lord.
That was a mistake. I should have done that.
My lord.
I should have done that earlier. Yeah, we're still losing 1.5 per turn. How much upkeep are these? The 250. So we just saved 500 gold. So this effectively read, you know, number of one upkeep slot plus 250 gold. That's how that should read. 500. We'll get the garrison in Esgaroth, and that should make that pretty strong. I would like to get the military garrison. Like, we're not going to be pushing on Dol Guldur. Now, multiple reasons for this, because I've learnt from my Woodland Realm campaign that Dol Guldur is, I mean, Mirkwood is just poor. I already knew it was poor, but it's really, really poor. There is no money to be made in Mirkwood. And quite frankly, I kind of want the elves to pull a little bit of their weight. The money to be made is down here. The Sea of Rune. This is where the money is. If we can get the Sea of Rune, then we're fine, right? That's the money. So there is no... we are going to be holding at Esgaroth for a very, very long time.
Your orders,
So
my lord.
you're going to get used to seeing the Esgaroth battle map, because that's where we're going to be fighting.
My lord. Approaching.
This is
quietly.
neutral. Yeah, so let's
Yes,
come
my
down and
lord.
clear this first.
We shall
On the way
continue
over. I think that's
tomorrow.
the best thing to do. And we're 2 turns from getting the militia garrison. 1 turn from them sailing out. That's about it. And if we can just hold Dol Guldur at a city, that's great. That's great. If we can hold them in place and just let them break against Esgaroth, then we're fine. The push has to be against Rune. Captain Half-Ass. So we got Sellswords, Ravenian Hunters, Ravenian Spearmen, and 3 bands. Actually, like a decent number of troops. Obviously, they've taken some siege attrition. Dale battle. Let's go.
Muster your courage,
Taken
men.
some siege attrition
We
already,
march into
but
battle.
not a lot because it was only a few turn siege, which is good because we got in quite quickly.
Units, await
Whoa,
my
whoa,
orders.
whoa, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, so we have some archers. Now, let's have a look before we start battle starts, because we go straight into the battle here. There's no deployment phase. This is our Hearthguard unit. This is one of our late tier units. It is, not Brand. Yes, Prince Brand, I think. Hearthguard. They have the effective against armor ranged attack. So armor piercing, black arrows, welcoming cranical chrome. Hello, hello, and the new campaign starts. You're only about 4 or 5 turns in, so you haven't missed much. Only 1 battle so far against some rebels. This is just our 2nd battle now. They also have bonus against Easterling Cavalry, horses, camels, and walks because they are a spearman. You can see on their back they have a spear. That's a spear and archer unit, but effective against armor archers. 11 in melee, 25 defense, which is really high. That's really good. Big armor stats, so good in skirmish duels. 7 missile attack. You might think that's pretty, like for a human faction, that is insanely good. And it's effective against armor. Charge bonus of 6. So these guys are very, very good. The only thing not so good about them is their range is only 170 and their missiles are only 24. So it's actually, in terms of range, pretty low for an elite archer unit. So that's our Hearthguard. I don't think we've seen the Dale longbows either in the battle. So here are the Dale longbows. These are a pretty standard longbow unit. The tier above the Northman archers. There they are there in their blues and sort of browns. And of course we have our Dale Cav. This is going to be our main Cav for quite a long time in the campaign. Very solid stats, 6, 7, and 10. That's the Cav that you often use in Erebor or Khazad-dûm campaigns as mercenaries. Because that's what you can get, and they are quite decent. So that is our we've already seen the swordsman in the previous battle. Now, we do have an archer. Jeez, this is a really bright map. Is there nowhere to, not really anywhere to draw to. So that means we probably just want to make use of this little choke that they're coming into here. So if we could go 1, 2, 3. Brand on the edge. No. 1, 2. I want 1, 2, and then Brand on the edge, because he can fight in melee. But 1, 2, come to about here. 1, 2 there, and then Brand edge here. So I want you 3 to run and hold ground. Okay, so then we want, now remember, our troops are at a premium. We can't get any more troops. We are out of money. We are in debt already. As of turn 1, we were in debt. So every soldier really, really matters here. We need to get the most out of it. You guys come to the flanks. We'll sort of charge you in and let the archers fire up the middle. And then the Cav, I want you to come on this flank. And there's purposeful to this, because captains always stand on the left-hand side of a unit. And so we need to charge in and kill the captain pronto from that flank. Alright, let's see how we go with that. Don't be sad, bro, about the Cav. Maybe you can get Rohirrim Cav if you send a general there as mercenaries. Oh, we're not going all the way down there. No, we got good Cav. We get the Dale Cav, and then there's the there's like a next tier unit, and then there's the elites we just get from Erebor. We get from Dale and Esgaroth. Where are you going? Here. What you guys are doing? Over there. And maybe orcs. Yeah, there's no orcs. There's just men. We get 3 cavalry units. They're pretty decent. Like these are not bad cav. Dale cav.
Move out.
So the sellswords, I think, is the captain. Not sure. I don't think he was in amongst that there. Okay, so let's just start firing at anything really. I want you to hit these sellswords. So yeah, you go for that. You go for the Ravenian hunters.
Archers of Dale.
You go for those spearmen. The hunters, but you're on the sellswords. You're on sellsword G. They've got the black arrows. Go for them. I see those black arrows coming in. Only high accuracy, so they're not hitting on everything. But the hits that are coming in, I think are getting the job done. Okay, Okay, so this unit here, can we change focus? Go to the bandits. You go to the other unit of bandits. Got 2 units of bandits here. Go for that. So they're out of range. Let's go for the hunters for now. Look, this is great. The fact that they're dilly-dallying around here, giving us time to fire, this is fantastic. Okay, just keep firing. Get any shots in there. Yeah, they're starting to advance towards us now. And wait for it. Oh no, they're not going. Remember, we want 2 bandit units. Okay, so cell swords again. Bandits. Okay, you go for... Okay, we're going to charge those, it looks like. Go for them. Them. Can you get in on them? Start advancing. Okay. They look like they want a piece of the cav. Fine, we'll happily give it to them. Okay. Get in here. Give it to these guys. Get the lances down. Okay, that should do pretty well.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Pull back. Okay, so now, alright, no crimes without pause in this. We are early game. This is efficiency plus. Okay, cell swords. Okay, so what we want, kind of want you guys to come around. Actually, I want you to come around. So if you can come to here, go fire at will. Come to here. I want you 2 to get narrow in the middle here. Sort of fire through the gap. Okay, so you're coming around. Pull out. See what we can do. Another charge. No. Why are you not getting narrow? Get narrow. Okay. Please, archers. Archers. I mean, this is important. It's important you do what I tell you to do, right? Otherwise you die. It's important. Now we do have the leadership ability. Not one of the better ones. I don't really like it. Yep. Hold them here. Break them.
Only half the enemy force remains.
That should break them as well. Secondary collateral. Come on, break. They're done. Okay. Fire into here. Can you come back? Reform. Chase them down. Okay, let them go back. We're not going to chase too far. Okay, get over to here. Run. Probably going to be a little bit careful because there's towers there. I don't want Brand to cop a tower. Got. Go. We need to get into the... Okay, if we could get a charge... The cell swords. Okay, just fire into them. I don't think we're going to get an angle on these guys. We'll just go for the cap charges instead. Try and get an angle for the black arrows, but... Okay, so they're coming into that. Pull out. Okay, so can we get onto the cell swords and onto the cell swords? Archers, 1, 2, 3, fire at them. Get up the leadership. We'll hear the words of Boromir and Spyros. No, back. Lock them in combat. Lock them in. Back. Okay, that's good. I think. Okay, go from now. We'll just shoot these lads. So there's less from when they come back. How are we going? 11%. That's pretty good. Come on. Kill the captain. As soon as the captain dies, they should break here. Out they get. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Hold fire. And now could you all come to here? Ready to shoot them as they come out the gate. Run to there. Go. And charging again. Not many of them left. 12%. Hopefully we can get some healing. That was something else then. That was not a charge, I can tell you that much. Alright, you lads. Anyone who comes out this gate, they get pin cushioned, okay? Pull back, pull back, pull back. Okay, what's going on? Okay. You two, hit him up. Don't let him get away. Hit him, kill him. Those bandits. Those bandits. Alright. Pull back a little more. Those bandits. Pull back, pull back. The spearmen. Okay. We're just taking this nice and slow. We could probably charge in here. I think their captain is bugged. I think their captain is bugged in here somewhere. Because he's not coming out. So that means we're going to have to kill everyone. Back. Okay, you go for them. Charging on these. Come out. Okay, so what do they got left? Not much. Over here, Bran, come right to the middle. Okay. Yeah, where's the captain? Yeah, he's here. He's in the gate. This is the captain here. He's in the gate. Well, he's going to activate the towers, isn't he? We can't get in there. We're just going to have to wait this one out. Oh, we're just going to have to wait this one out. We have some ammunition left. Let's see if we can get within range and... Yeah, have a shot. See if you can kill him. Nah. He's just stuck in there. It's a long time, isn't it? Gee. If we go in there, those towers are going to beat us. And the cab right through to here. Take the capture point. We'll just see if these towers are shooting. I'm guessing they will be. No? Not shooting? Kill him?
The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them. With great speed! Move! Move!
Killing that cab. Go over here. Might force him to run back.
Men have taken control of the city.
Sort of not against the gate anymore. Oh, we're gonna win in 10. There, it's ticking down. It's faster than what it was. We sit here and watch these two just dry hump the palisade, really. Just guys, come on. I didn't think he came out because he was the sellsword unit, and when the sellswords came out, I didn't spot him, and I sort of suspected at that point that he might have got caught up on the gate. Or on the wall. Stupid. I'm surprised he didn't even rout when we sort of surrounded them with the cav. Might be able to kill him from this side. If these towers are firing, we want no part of it. They're not firing at the moment, which is odd because wavering.
Never again! Men of Dale, it is time! My people fall into enemy hands!
Come on.
Men of Dale.
We're losing troops and he hasn't died. Just wait it out. I tried. I honestly tried. I can't do anything else. We lost what? 3 cav and two fine soldiers for that. So 13%. And we'll see how much we heal. Hopefully we get down to 10%. We saved a little bit of time by running into the town square. End battle.
Be awed by the victory
11%.
we have won here today.
Okay, 91 losses. I'll take that. 200 for the cav, as expected. 5 kills. Longbowman 184. Hearthguard just didn't have that many high priority targets to fire at. And they did get some good shots on those sellswords before they made it in. Just whittled them down a little bit. Just whittled them down. I do find the word whittling interesting when referring to archers whittling someone down, because you whittle an arrow, or whittle a bow, and then you would use that bow and arrow to whittle down the infantry before they arrive at your front line.
An honourable, glorious victory.
I'm thinking we can
Lord,
occupy.
Our courage and honour have conquered.
570. Okay. I suspect we're still in the red. Yeah, we're still losing 600 gold a turn. Okay. So, you want to come down here and clear this up?
Yes. Making camp
Kill
here.
them. What are we dealing with over here?
Approaching
quietly. Wow. Axemen, 4 spears, 4 hunters, and Ravenian riders. Okay.
Approaching quietly.
That's a decent chunk. Your job's now come down here. Now we did have a mission to take out Hondovan. We go low taxes here.
My lord.
Now there's a fort here we can obviously use to get the free upkeep in. I think that's very important. I don't want to take this Hondovan town. Are we at war with... no, sorry. Are we at war with Rune? We're not at war with Rune, but I feel like it's going to happen pretty quick. I think they get this on the auto expand, Winteria and Ayor, and it's like literally the next... It's the next province across. So... Next region across. I feel really sketchy about going here, but... what we're going to do first... is we're going to save some money. I think we just do go for it. We need to leave him behind, I think. So if we move him out... Actually... It's going to hold. 65% Northman. So can we pull out...
Your will, my lord.
Okay.
Joining forces, my lord.
In fact, can you come out? That would be a risk, wouldn't it? No, you can't. Okay.
Yes.
Your order.
Let's go have a peek. Let's go have a peek what it's like.
Yes. We can go no
Neutral.
further,
We need
my
our
lord.
spy to get over here pronto to see where Rune is.
I shall continue.
That's super important. And we're gonna try and clear up that.
Lord.
And we're down. So we're gonna try and grab as much sort of territory as we can. This is Erebor up here. Anything in this town? No, just the wall. Kind of just want to take this town because we're going to get the free unit, and I'm down for any free unit. Anything is good. But then I'm thinking I might just sort of retreat and let it be. Just not try and hold there. We need the walls. This is just going to be a much safer position to hold.
Your orders, my lord.
Why?
My lord. Approaching quietly. Yes, my lord.
Okay, so Esgaroth is now defended. So I'm happy with our defense here. We got 3 archers plus the 2 militia. That's a really, really strong holding position.
With honor.
We're going to get ambushed.
Yes. Honor.
Forces are ambushed by an independent army. Their attempt to surprise you failed. You have now time to prepare for battle. I'd hope it failed. We've got a general. They've got a captain. Failed. 1 axeman, 3 bandits. Okay, let's take them out. Save Dale battle. And also, I want those troops to be strong enough to assist with the siege up in the north. Because there's a lot of troops. What was that? 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 units of neutral. So that is a heavily defended neutral settlement. That's just brutal. Honestly, that's just brutal.
Units,
You know, to have that many neutrals in a settlement. Yeah. When we're dealing with, you know, we got nothing going for us here. Let's go 3 wide. 3 wide is 3 deep is good. 3 deep means you get max max use out of your pikes at 3 deep. 4 deep there's extras, but 3 deep you get full versatility. Obviously 4 deep is better because then you have, if someone dies you can shuffle and move up. Then we want our archers. Yeah, you archers is gonna sort of chill. Big old hill here, isn't it? Here somewhere. We want to guard the general's flank, of course. We might even just move those archers down a little bit. Go to here. Shots in. Then we'll have another one of you fresh ones over here. And we're out on this flank. Cover that. Now just leave one here in the middle. Okay, let's see what we're working with. They're in range. Give it to them. Okay, this is cool. Into the misty. Firing off into the mist. As the arrows find their mark, shoot at the middle unit. See if you can get some kills on the axemen. I feel like this is just futile, but see what you can do. They don't have shields, so yeah, maybe get a couple. They're holding. Just pull back a touch. Remember, try and let the pikes try and take the charge. Hold there. Fire at those archers. Okay.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Hold fire. Come around. See if we can get a bit of a recharge into these axemen. Try and catch them off, yeah.
Only half the enemy force remains.
I'm gonna break this middle line. Break that. Try and take them out. Break them in that side. Looks like we've won on this flank as well. Okay, get down here and support. Nice, very good. Taking a few casualties here, but there were a few of them to take down, so you'd think so. Actually, they don't recover. Okay. And get around to here and get them in the rear.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Get a little bit more XP for a second. A little bit of XP. Okay, that's good. I know it doesn't matter because it's a neutral army, but
be awed by the victory we have won.
I need every advantage I can get here. 16% killed, 168 lost. Archers weren't touched. Dale swordsmen are looking still pretty strong. They actually have an armor upgrade as well, so that's nice. 110 from the Northman militia. Archers got 69. Nice, nice. Okay. So that's cleared out some rebels. So we should start losing that devastation debuff on our eco. It really is a dire situation. It says it. It says it in the faction info. Dire financial ruin or something to that effect. That's how I read it anyway.
Glory, honor, victory.
Yeah, so already, yeah. Devastation. That was already costing us 138 per turn. That devastation. So now, and that would have only increased. So now that that's gone, that'll start wearing back down again, which is good. That's what we want. And you are now heading over to here. Now that army is not strong enough to take this on.
Making camp here.
We have to get the cav.
Your orders,
Can we get this turn?
My lord.
Yes,
My
can.
lord.
Your will, my lord. As you wish. Yes. As you wish.
Yes, that's gonna be
Your
next
orders, my
turn.
lord.
If we go in an attack, I think we do. I think we let them come out at us. Don't really have that many troops here. That's another. I kind of want Rune to waste some units on that. You know. I think I want Rune to waste some units on that. Okay, so yeah, we get a unit, but it's not worth what we'd lose. I think for it. These are our better troops.
Yes, my lord.
And we need to get over here to take this. This is the priority at the moment. So
Your will, my lord.
you come back.
By your command.
Your orders, my lord.
Then, how much upkeep are you? 416. You're not going to be making that much in there, are you? No. So, 4 of you go and spend a night in free upkeep.
With honor.
So that there for the night.
My lord. March to exhaustion.
And we'll go take this.
continuing
Go take
later.
this settlement. And then they probably converge back here. And really want to get some towers up and around so I can see what's going on as well. That's going to be priority. Even with those 4 units in free upkeep, we're still losing 700. How are we still losing 700 per turn? Chronicle. Bro, you're reconnecting like hell. Ah, it's all good, man. Just catch up on the YouTubes. It's all good. Yeah, if your connection is busted, then it's not enjoyable to watch. So, I'm not gonna tether you here to the computer. You will, wherever you are on your phone, you will watch with your garbage connection. Right. Spy, continue going this way.
Approaching.
This is our anti. This is my defense against Rune. It's a spy. That's all I've got. Okay. So we will just leave the archer here.
Yes, my lord.
We'll advance them over. I haven't even got money to put up towers. That's how poor I am.
Merging armies, my lord.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor.
Yeah,
Yes.
if we siege that, they'll
We shall
sally out.
continue
There's too many there.
tomorrow.
It's actually quite a strong force with the cab as well. 1 cab unit. A lot stronger. We definitely need to combine our forces to get rid of this. So that will be the play there. Otherwise, yeah, we just don't have money. So there's nothing to do if we don't have money. Keep working it forwards. So I think we've cleared 2 rebels in our lands. We're going to take 2 settlements. Potentially a 3rd in the south.
My lord.
Come down to here.
Approaching quietly.
Let's start getting some intel on what's going on, shall we? Come this way.
Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly. I shall continue.
At least this is like a little bit of a buffer. Not much of a buffer, but it's a little bit. I think getting a diplomat early could have been another play, but I really did want those 3 buildings that we got.
With honor.
You guys may as well
Yes,
just
my lord.
join up.
Assembling a mighty host.
Oh, mercenaries.
Your
Yeah,
orders,
great.
my lord.
690 coins.
We shall engage.
Oh, 690 coins. Yeah, I'll afford that. Something I didn't go
Yes,
through.
my
Let's just
lord.
have a look at, is there any special traits Prince Brand has? So Athel of Rovendell, Dwarven Friend, Darlian Longbow. This is the small scale scabbard. That's for the factionaire. Otherwise, he's healthy. That's good. +1 hit points. But yeah, he's a Northman, which gives +1 command in defending, +1 acumen, and +5% trade. So they make money, but they don't. They don't like. They're not tanky. They get additional hit points. So he's got 1 additional hit point. How about this guy? Lord of Esgaroth, 5% to trade. Boatman, 5% trade. So if we can get him back into Esgaroth, that would probably be good. But for now, we need him out in the field. 4 supplies. -1 troop morale. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, nothing really too special on any of these guys. What about King Bane? Got King of Dale. He's got the Black Arrow. Okay. Heirloom passed down. Got Dalian armor, +1 hit points, +1 rounds. Got an Elven friend, +1 to farming. -10% construction cost. That's nice. That's actually super, super good. Okay, so you're staying in Dale. You're a governor. For sure. Special ability, he has Iron Fist. Ooh, he has Iron Fist. I think. But nothing, I think the rest is all fairly standard sort of stuff. Okay, so he'll be chilling out in Dale. That -10% construction costs. Now, should I turn my taxes down to low? Maybe. I think I've just got them on normal. I think it's fine to leave them on normal. I do need some money coming in, so we don't go like so far into the red we can't climb out. At the moment we're losing about 700, 600 per turn, 650 a turn. So this will give us some more money.
With honor, as you command, we shall prevail. Yes.
I think this army's big enough. It is big enough, but man, we can probably lose a bit, which means we'll make some money. This fort here is going to be important, just to leverage the free upkeep on that.
Approaching quietly.
The rune controls here, yeah. So if we take this, we'll be immediately bordering rune, which to me is a scary prospect. There's some rebels in this fort. That's good. There's some other rebels here as well. I mean, any rebels out here, I'm happy to see, because that's units that rune has to go through to get to me. You know. Look, just to sheer devastation. See, visually, it's not so bad now. And if we go back to here, what was it? 138. It's down to 66. Okay, so we're already making money back off that again. And yeah, this is held by Dol Guldur, so they could attack us at any time. That's why it was so important to make sure our defenses are set up in Esgaroth, because we could have an assault from Dol Guldur. They could just appear. We don't have no money for towers, so they could just appear on our footstep, and we would have no warning, basically. Once again, do a little bit of scouting.
My lord, approaching.
Oh my goodness!
As much as you may wish it, I am not yours.
Full stack number 1. Rune have got a full stack already moving in this direction. I mean, they take that out, I feel like they might go to this fort and then probably to here. You know, that's
Approaching.
kind of feels like the direction they're heading. They've already got, I mean, they've got as many troops in their garrison in Wintiri and Ior as that's pretty much half my army total. Erebor, man, I hope Erebor hold. If Erebor fall, then we are so cooked. No money. So this is the challenge of the Dale campaign. The early game economy struggle. Now we have the 2 forts outside Dale as well. Gonna need to leave enough troops to defend against Rune, but at the same time, like yes, there's a lot of units here that probably need to go get into free upkeep over here, just so we can make any money. Otherwise, we're just not going to get anywhere. Unless I go down and try and take this and hold it with all my forces. We're not going to have that many after this battle, actually. We're going to lose a lot of troops here. So maybe it will just be 4 to go into this free upkeep here. That's probably going to be all we have left over.
Approaching
So,
quietly, my lord. Approaching.
nothing else on the horizon. Let's drop back over here.
lord.
See what's going on.
Approaching quietly.
Keep an eye out on what's going on with the dwarves and rune. Now this in itself is going to be a reasonable size fight against these rebels. 12, 13 units of rebels. I think they'll outnumber us significantly. Yeah, they outnumber us. 9, oh, 10 units of rebels. 10 units of rebels. It's not as bad as what I was thinking. I thought they were going to probably have over 2,000. Righto. To men. Men to men. To battle, men. That's better.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
So we need to lose troops to make money. That's the reality.
Units, await my order!
Yeah. Right, so what do we have here? Can't get too close to the towers, otherwise they'll fire. So we do have 3 archer units. Not that many actually. So the cav are the main thing here. I want to make sure that our general doesn't get charged by the cav unit and die. That's a priority. And we have you 3. No, did you see that? He was in the middle and then he flipped. No, I want you and then you and then you. He did it again. Okay, I have to manually do it. You here. You here. You here in the middle so you don't get charged by cav. And then you over here. Okay, and we might adjust you, but for the time being, just go to there. Drop that. Pikes. You're going to be the main front line here. So let's go. I'm thinking somewhere here. Go 3 deep. There. Okay, so that'll be your position in the battle. Then either side of the pikes. I want to make sure the pikes don't get caught either, because that's one of our generals. So on this side of the pikes, we want to have swordsmen. Really protect that flank. Protect that flank with the swordsman. I will hold 1 swordsman on the far side of this pike unit. Swordsman will be in the middle, and then we're going to flank with the armor-piercing lads. Actually, we'll put just 1 on this side. Go to this side. Just pull back, hold back, so you don't hopefully get main engaged on the main line. Then these 2 can come onto this side. They're like around here. Try and get some flanking hits in. And then the cav will come out on the right flank. Okay. So we can do. Now the main priority is obviously to win, but to keep these 2 generals alive. If we lose one of these 2, our 2 custom generals, like this is our strength in the early game. Two late game units, a pike unit and a hearth guard. Okay, into position. It's not too bad. Yes, it's an okay angle for us. Put a hold there. Have not too far away from the infantry, but enough that you might get a bit of an angle on a charge. Okay, you're in position. You're in position. Everyone's all set to go. You apparently are not in position. Can you put yourselves out? Go. Go. Put yourselves out. Okay. You are on defensive. And protect that. Protect that general in there. Make sure he stays safe. Why are you guys not stopped? Hey, you good. Now they might try and flank us with their own cav. It's going to be a bit of an issue. In fact, with that in mind, can you guys come back over to here? So you know what? Just in preparation for the cav, can we just like do this? Actually, do that. I'm just concerned about this cav a little bit. I'm happy to let the front line engage for a little bit. I don't want the cav getting a charge into my archers.
Archers of Dale.
Okay. Where are the... hunters? We're just a little further forward to be able to get onto that next line, isn't it? Just out of range. Okay, they're coming forward a touch now. You go for them. They might be saying I need to conserve my ammo on these private DaCs, and we just need to thin the numbers at the moment.
We're under attack.
We just need to thin the numbers. Just can you... Okay, going for my cav. Can we just, with these lads, can we just edge forward a touch more? This is probably they're about to move forward anyway. Edge forward. Fire into the spearmen. Can we get some hits then on this here? Cover your axemen. Okay, firing. Hit him. Hit him with everything you got. Okay. These cav just sort of come in front ways. That's okay. We can take a bit of that.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Slow things down. Okay, fire at the Iranian hunters. Okay, can we now... Stop. Follow my instructions. Go, go. I want you to provide a flanking cover. Get around. Go, go. Okay, once this cav is dealt with, we're pretty much fine to do whatever you want. Let them engage on the pikes. We have no problem with that. That's where we want them to fight. Okay. Can we just protect this flank a little bit? Okay, you have to get in. Get in, get in, get in, get in. Okay, let's get the archers around. Get around to here. Let's go, go, go. Run. Support with the cav. Try and get a charge.
Our men have slain
Oh,
the
that's
enemy
nice.
general.
That's very
Without
nice.
him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Okay, yep. So you guys are in. You guys can get in. Get involved. Okay, so let's swing around. Why don't you come into here? Log that gap. Through. Can you seriously do as you're told for friggin' once in your life? Okay. Okay, go charge into that while we got an open exposed. The hunters as well. Get in through here. Get around the back. Okay, good little charge there. Nice. Okay, pull out. Okay, what are we firing at? Now I want to fire into Ravanian Spearmen. Main line here while they're being held up. Get these Ravanian Spearmen. Get these guys here. Get them in the back. Okay. Now, the captain dead, we might be able to just get a mass route here before they... Oh, the cav are going to get... Get over here. Go, go, go. Okay. They're
Only
done.
half the enemy force
They're
remains.
done, they're done, they're done. And charge in, charge in. Go, go, go. Charge in, go. Okay, pull back. Get them. We reform the line, reform the line, reform the line. Come back to here. that.
Pick up your bows.
Back into
The
that.
battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours. Behold
Nice.
how
Got
our
him.
cowardly foe roused.
Okay.
It's time
17%.
to press the attack.
Very good. And battle.
This is a
Down to
clear
14%.
victory.
Great. Happy with that. 194, Dalian Longbowman. 216, the Hearthguard. Very well done. And the Humble Northman Archers. 152. Very nice. Of course, our main line took the casualties. It's expected. Pikes. 83, yep. But 0 casualties sustained on the Pikes. That's why we wanted them to engage on the Pikes, because they weren't getting through them. Not with that sort of quality of troops. The Privateer Axemen maybe could have they could have got in if they'd got in amongst the Pikes. But they would have to get in amongst them first.
An honorable, glorious victory. A most
Okay.
noble
I
conquest.
think the Occupy is the right option here. Don't know what the culture's like. We do have a general to potentially leave here for a while, if need be. Let's Occupy. Exterminating just kills it too hard. We need money. 14th in population, ironically. Our population is dirt poor, but 14th in population. Okay.
My lord. Approaching quietly, my lord.
Yep, here it is.
Approaching quietly.
Here it is. They took out those rebels. They've now moved on to this fort. Oh, is that a... Oh, it's Private Axeman. So it's a... I like seeing this. So it's a general that's a rebel. It's a rebel general. Cool. Hopefully they attack and lose some troops here.
I serve another master. You must deal with him.
My lord.
Okay.
Approaching.
So your job is to
quietly.
keep an eye on him
Tomorrow's journey
for the time
planned
being.
out.
The Erebor holds these 2 settlements. The question is, what are we doing with these now? Let's merge.
Yes, my lord.
Merge. See what we end up with. So we can actually have 1 free unit here upkeep. So interesting.
Your orders,
It
my
is a
lord.
castle. 75%. We should be able to hold it actually.
Yes,
If I did
my lord.
this,
My lord.
they have interest. Yeah, that holds. Okay. So which... Maybe I need both of them over here, honestly. To hold off against
Your orders,
Rune.
my lord.
Maybe I need both. I'm thinking I want them in that free upkeep castle. They cost a lot of money. Get 2 of them into there, so we'll leave 1 dude there to hold public order. He's free then. We can put 4 into here. So if we count
Yes, my
1,
lord.
2, 3, probably the cav, 4. We're still... Oh no, are we making money? We're making money. We're making 500 a turn. Okay. So, with that in mind, I'm inclined to send the whole army over here to defend against Rune. Because we are making money right now. Not much money. We have these 2 forts here. I think I just need to leave the troops together. And try and maybe take this settlement. Maybe try and hold it. Okay, let's march this way.
With honor.
Let's use this
Making
free
camp
upkeep.
here.
And if we have any new troops come, we'll use these forts, these 2 dwarven forts over here. No movement yet from Dol Guldur. We just got to hold off on that news from there. But this will get us some trade. Have to get in the positive. Taking this settlement. How many turns do we have left on that mission? 5 turns. I don't think we'll get there in time.
Your orders, my lord.
1, 2, 3,
We
4,
shall engage.
5, maybe. I think Rune will have it by then anyway. It'll be pretty close. think we're just getting to go over and defend. That's a full stack coming over. We made 500. Yeah, they've taken out them.
As much as you may
And
wish
they're
it,
marching
I am
on. Yeah,
not
they're going to be there before we are.
Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly.
Okay, so they've
I
taken
serve another
some
master.
losses,
You
but
must deal
still
with him.
not a lot. Okay, so get down
Yes,
here.
my lord.
I mean, this is how quickly this happens. We're turn 13. Like, we've literally just... We've taken this. We've taken this. We've taken out those 2 other rebel forces. And Rune are already coming at us. They're not far away. Turn my Steam. Yeah. Right. Got no money. I think normal taxes is still the best. We have to make money. We could raise taxes. At the same time, we do want that population. Like, we can't raise taxes here, only 1%. Yeah, 2% is pretty low as is. Is it 0.5? Gee, I should probably knock that to low. I mean, it's still growing, but it's pretty slow. 1.5. We need how much money do we lose per turn? Lose 50 gold per turn. That's a lot when we're not making. We're only making that's 10% of my profit right now. 10% of my profit if I change that from normal to low. G'day Nepag 204. Hey, what time is it in Australia? Currently 1:17 in Central Europe. It is 9:18 p.m. 9:18 p.m. Do we end up leaving that on normal? We did. And welcome into the chat. Nepag 2004. First time chat. Love having you here. I can get the cav actually in here this turn. Oh, look at that. That's efficiency
Yes,
if I ever
lord.
saw it.
Yes, my
That's
lord.
efficiency. We'll get him in there a turn earlier. We'll save a little extra gold. Okay. Now the other choice we had at the beginning was to not go after the neutral settlements and to just leave all our troops in free upkeep and try and just turtle our way forward. Now I think that would have potentially worked as well, but you know, dwarves might have grabbed this. We definitely don't want Rune grabbing this. We would have to move out our armies anyway to kill these neutrals that were floating around. So I think we've kind of done the
Your
best
orders,
of
my
both
lord.
worlds, best we could sort of figure out.
My lord. Approaching quietly.
You keep an eye on him.
quiet-
As much as you may wish it, I am not yours.
My information. Rune is at war with Gwinian, and Cand and Dolgador are allies. Of course they are.
Yes, my lord.
Now, if I go into here, these 4 are the most expensive, which means I kind of want one of these governing. How much more expensive? Who's got the best governor traits? Probably this lad. Critical Chrome just throwing out the welcome mat. Appreciate it.
Your orders, my
So we'll
lord.
move probably them in next turn.
My lord. Orders.
I think I want one general in here just to govern. Even though it'll cost us a little bit of money. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. How much is that? Just okay, we're making money now. That's good. So that's... Yeah, so a few more turns and we'll be back in the green. Just by having these guys in the fort. But we're not going to be able to have them in the fort forever when they start moving here. We're going to have to pull them out. Gaben doesn't want to let you queue, but I won a game. What are you banned? Did you get not banned? Did you get like queue penalized? Hello EPM, if you have had the Diplo going, I don't think it would be this poor. You gotta think about it. So we had exactly 0 gold on the opening turn. Like we had 5,000. We spent 1,000 to get free upkeep. And we didn't buy any units. And we spent 3,000 on the garrison here. which meant that we can just ignore this now. With the 3 archers in here. So this is now defended against Dol Guldur, which I'm assuming is going to come. If we didn't have the garrison here, we would have to have more troops here, which would then be costing us more money. So let's think about it. Even if we had just like a couple of Northman militia in there, Northman militia costs 190 per turn. So that, let's say we have 2 Northman militia in there, so that's 200, 380 per turn that's costing us. So is our diplomat making us 380 gold per turn? That's the question you have to say. And I don't think it would, considering we'd be selling map information for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settlements. That's 1,200 to one faction. Erebor and Elves wouldn't actually give that much because they already know where 2 of these are. Plus, we didn't actually take all of these when we'd have our first diplomat. We actually had these 2, maybe a third. So that's only like 600 gold we'd be selling to our immediate allies. And we would have had to have the gold to put the troops into the city in the first place, or use those troops from our initial army to sit in here so we have some defenders, instead of going out and taking these fights, which means we would have had less troops on the field for these other battles we've had. So yes, it may seem like the diplomat would have been the better call, but in the long run, if we lose Esgaroth because we haven't got sufficient defenders here, because Dol Guldur just rocks up with a stack, right? Then, like, we're just toast. Dale's got no defenders. We've just got the faction leader in here. We got no garrison in here. So we got nothing. So this is our one line. So I don't think a diplomat would have been making us any additional money. In fact, I think we'd be further in the red. And you also have to remember the diplomat also costs 50 gold per turn, as well as he just costs 50 gold per turn. So that's factored in as well. So over 15 turns, 50 gold per turn, that's an additional 750 gold. We would be down as well. So I don't think that that's actually a beneficial call. Now, they did take this. Man, they've got Udesh Marines in here.
My lord.
Yeah, just hang out here. Try and get vision over this area. And see what we can do. Now, so one of you, be less upkeep. 331 as opposed to 16.
Yes,
so,
my lord.
You hang out in there. Because we're going to have some troops in there. You are more expensive because you're fully decked out. And then the 4 of you
Your will, my lord.
Transfer across. Okay, so we've got some defenders in there. We've got these lads here as well, which will transfer across if they move. So we're gonna have 1 turn's notice, basically. We'll have 1 turn's notice. This spy is giving us all the intel we're gonna have to work with. Don't think anything else. So we're making almost in the green. Almost in the green. Oh yeah, Woodland Rum gonna come talk to us? I don't think so, because we've got all the agreements anyway. Now, I don't know what else I should play other than AA. AA seems pretty good. What's your lane? Where'd they go?
My lord.
Shit. Where did they go?
My
What's
lord.
your
Approaching quietly, my lord. Approaching quietly.
Shit. I don't know where they went.
I shall continue.
That's a terrible spot to end as well.
My lord.
Okay, we're almost in. We're gonna have 660 gold next turn. It's a miracle. 179. Free upkeep here is probably going to be money. Although, yeah. That's probably priority, getting the meeting hall here. Okay. Nothing else to do. Now we're in turtle state. So we've taken our initial land grab, cleared out rebels, trying to be as efficient as we can with money. Spirit seems fun, but I'll lose so much MMR trying to learn him. I was gonna say, what's your skill build in lane, Vodka? For AA? I'm interested.
My lord. Approaching quietly.
Okay.
My lord. My lord. Approaching
Can't see anything
quietly.
moving in this direction. I'm inclined to let these guys build it up a little bit. Get some structures in it. I don't have money for structures. So we need to save money. The best way to save money is by free upkeep. So this will be... Roads are 1750. Roads would be good. Roads would make us a lot of money. We can get road upgrades going. Mason's Halls. I think what we need here is this one first, because then we can at least retrain our Northman units. We get the meeting hall first. That'll be first priority. Get that building, and then we'll go from there.
My lord.
Mainly first E, then Q or W depending on lane, and then maxing out W. Yeah. The W seems too good not to max out now early. I did do an experiment with a build the other day where I just ignored W and went all in on E and Q. It was kind of a good game for it. Had plenty of other stuns. But I think the value in the W with getting a little bit of farm, just being able to chuck a W on a lane is super, super good. Yay, Stardust! Just pick Ricky. Get some generals, put some towers out. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I need the money. I know they cost a little bit. We can put some towers out. They don't cost much.
Your orders, my lord.
I'm in a state where literally every coin is important. Grain exchange is 900. I think we want to upgrade the roads. So roads, can we get the next tier of roads? We can. Get the next tier of roads. Probably get the base tier roads in these other settlements first. So we want to go, yeah, get roads here as well. If we go Mason's Hall into roads. If we can get all the roads up, that will increase our money the most. It'll be expensive, but kind of looking at the long play here. On the end of Rune, yeah. See, the thing is, moving a general out of settlements, or out of free upkeep, loses income. I mean, you're not making a lot in there at the moment. I could just move you out. Yeah, come over here. Come over here. Let's put up some... Probably move with the spy first.
My lord.
Check things out. Make sure there isn't an army sitting here.
Approaching quietly.
Okay.
Approaching
Come
quietly.
over here. You're going to put up some towers.
With honor, we can go no further, my lord.
That's probably a pretty good spot for one there, and then one over here probably. Is that a river crossing? It is. So yeah, so go put one here.
This
Okay,
tower
nice.
will
And we'll
keep
chuck one
vigil
over here on
the
this river
lands.
crossing to see anything coming from this direction as well. And we'll leave you just in the free upkeep. We need to save money. Okay. So roads. We're going to try and get roads up. If we can get our roads going, then the income will start flowing. You don't want to be that player. Just pick Ricky. Oh, so I was just saying, I think W is too important not to not to get max out because of the just farming potential for it. Just to get a little bit of gold. You know, chucking on a lane, you can hold in sort of influence lanes from Fog of War. I think it's pretty good. Like, it's basically what you do at the Shard anyway, right? Once you got the Shard on AA. So that feels good to do that. The other... I said I did experiment with a game where I went full QE, but it was a good game for it. I think generally you want at least 1 or 2 levels in E, maybe 1 in Q, and then max out the W. Chilling Touch does feel really nice, getting it to upper levels.
Yes, my lord. My lord. Approaching quietly.
Nothing here.
Your orders,
Over
my lord.
here.
Yes.
Up a tower.
This tower will keep vigil over the land.
Probably want another tower here because that's another river crossing.
Yes, my lord.
I doubt they'd be coming through Erebor territory. So put that there, and then
Your
start
orders, my
running
lord.
back over to this way. We'll put a tower down
With
here.
honor. Making camp here.
Now
my
you,
lord.
I think, still have to, because these towers won't have enough range to see what's happening here. So the spy then extends our vision into this area. Just so the towers will make sure our spy doesn't miss anything. Basically, give us a secondary chance to get in. Okay, we're at 2,000 gold. So we want the halls. Building that there. Mason's Hall. Yeah, it's be cheap. Yeah, 807 because we got the bonuses. And we can get a diplomat. Okay, buy a diplomat. There we go. We're away. We're away. Oh, we're gonna have money. Then talents usually cold feet damage and break distance and ice vortex. Then 50-50 if I take kill threshold or AoE cold feet. Really depends on the heroes we're against. I don't think the -2 second ice vortex is value since then I do not have that mana. I always go -2 second ice vortex. It's the broken talent. It's the broken talent in the talent tree, Vodsa. Of all the talents, it's the broken one. And you should always have mana. You're an hero. You have mana boots wand. Probably got like a 4-staff. Maybe Netherlands. Like by the time you get that talent at level 15 or 20, whatever it is. 15, I think. But we need Resplendent. That's good to see. Send emissary to the Anduin Vale. Okay. Well, first things first, we're going to talk to Erebor.
It's good to see.
And let's see. We have 2 that they will already know where they are, so we won't pay for them. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 others. So 800 gold.
Name a friend.
Okay.
Well, that was uneventful.
What was the... It's a military, it's not 7 gold. We'll try again at start next turn, and then we'll move. Never had menas because of 24/7 fighting. Buy clarity. You get to choose neutral items, man. Of course you should have mana now. You get to choose your neutral items. Like, just get a Faded Brooch or an Arcane Ring, or... Like, you get Philly Stone, that's another 200 mana. Tumbler's Toy gives you 200 mana. Vambrace gives you a bunch of mana. Let's get Mason's Hall. Yeah. The Mason's Hall's done. Can we get the roads? The roads going? Then we'll go Mason's Hall. Over here next. Vodska, what I'm hearing is you're not listening to someone who's ranked much higher than you. You have ways to have mana.
Yes.
And if not, just have a couple of clarities on you.
My lord.
Like, I understand the nature of the patch. I've played like 40 games on the new patch. I get what you're saying, but there's been allowances made for it.
My lord. Approaching quiet.
There's been allowances made so that there's ways for you to have mana in a lot of constant fights. Oh, they went for the Avari as well. Oh, it's shaping up nice. It's shaping up nice. The Wrath of Cand. Also, they're doing well too. So basically, what that message means is Dorwinian and Cand have both got territory. Oh, does that mean they've taken... Oh, I thought for a second they'd taken Dwarven territory here. Okay, so they haven't taken the Dwarven territory yet. That's good. So you come down here and drop a tower.
With honor.
Up there.
This tower
Okay,
will
so
keep
now we've got
vigil
some
over the
decent
lands.
vision around the edge.
Yes, my lord.
You jump back in
Yes.
there.
We shall continue tomorrow.
Dominion of Gondor, Dominion of Isengard. Okay. And you come stand on a hill over here. Some nice vision of... No, that's not it.
Lord.
Where's the hill I want? This one?
My lord.
There we go, that's pretty good. Get some vision of this area, seeing anyone coming forward. And we actually start making some decisions here. I think we just got to be greedy here. We've got some settlements. These settlements have to get set up good. Really good. How can we afford roads? Getting roads built here. We just go for the Mason's Hall here. Roads and Mason's Halls. That is our current plan. Diplomat, try again, talk to
Your orders.
Aye, my friend.
these lads.
What can we do for you?
We'll try 600. We're reliable. Talk to Gimli. Gimli will give us 600 gold. Come on, Gimli.
There's no
What?
business for us. Aye, farewell.
I think they've changed somehow the formula for map information selling. It used to be 200 per settlement they didn't know about, right? So, 246. Do they know about this one? 246. Do they not only know about these two?
Your orders, my lord.
Well, we're getting scammed. We're getting scammed here. Oh, broke hand is not ruined. Ah, pretty cool. Good call. I mean, they all look the same to me. Us Northmen, they all look the same to me. We all know they're coming to kill us. They're coming to kill us. Okay, that's where we're at. They're gonna. All we know is there's people down in the south, and they want to kill us, and we want to live. That's our current situation. Okay. Let me have a look. Have we talked?
My lord.
We're gonna wait. We'll get 400 gold out of them. We'll get whatever we can. That'll be it. Probably start doing some more towers.
Your
just in
orders, my
between
lord.
here.
Yes. With honor.
There. Go to there. Drop a tower
This
in.
tower will keep
I do like to have
vigil over
towers
the
up.
lands.
I'm a tower.
Yes, my lord.
Don't go too far though. You want to get back. You still want to make it back to your town.
This tower will keep vigil
tower
over
up.
the lands.
Got some towers here already. It's pretty decent. You don't see the value in having Ice Vortex on second cooldown versus I still have all heroes under Ice Vortex at all times, even if it's on 4-second cooldown. No, you don't. That's just because in my dog ring, no one runs out of it. Could you explain why the 2-second cooldown is broken? I mean, well, in terms of pure numbers, it's a like a 50% decrease in cooldown, right? I mean, that on a spell is insane. Ice Vortex in a fight is your main spell that's going to impact the fight. Like, apart from your ult. Your ult and then Ice Vortex are your two main spells that impact the fight. That is effectively what
Your
AA
orders,
is.
my lord.
It's a walking Ice Vortex. And the reason why Ice Vortex is so good
Yes.
is because you can cast it from a very long range. You don't need to get close. So you can have constant impact on a fight. Post BKBs, mainly. Pre-BKB with the ulti. Post BKBs, you can have constant impact on a fight. And not get anywhere near danger.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, 400
It's
gold.
good to see you.
400 gold. Give me 400 gold. Okay, they gave us 400.
I accept.
I'll accept
Good day.
that. Walk this way.
As you wish.
Walk this way.
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Go over there. We have 2,500 gold. Can we upgrade our roads? We could, or we could get another Mason's Hall. You know what I want to do? I want to get another Mason's Hall. Let's get the Mason's Hall up. We are full greed mode right now. Everything is full greed after our initial start. Upkeep there. Good, good. Ice, if you can show it casting Cold Feet, you're often getting close enough to get caught by Blink or just like a Harpoon now. You go into Vision. Often, if you get caught as an AA in a fight, you're just dead most of the time. You don't have any natural mobility. Strength game's pretty low. Like, you don't have a lot of HP. Get ripped through anyway. Don't have a lot of armor. Wow, this guy is like ripped. Ricard the Ripped. Okay, so where are you?
Yes, my lord.
Okay, so you kind of want an Esgaroth. I want a general in Esgaroth. Because this place is going to be making a decent amount of money. Which means we need another tier of free upkeep. Or I send you over to here. Probably better off sending you over to here. So you're pretty good, weren't you? You might just be my... Yeah, look at this acumen. No, you're going into Esgaroth. But not until I get this. So get Great Hall. We'll chuck him in there. But for the meantime, just sit in Dale, do some training with the faction leader, get some retinue following you. You can take them into Esgaroth. Game is weird. Are you in pick phase? Is that what you're saying? Okay, then move to few troops back. Nothing else we can really do that. Okay. Go talk to the...
Yes, my lord.
Realm.
Without question. 'Tis good to see you, my friend.
Okay,
How
so...
can we...
I mean, dwarves only end up give me 400. I feel like I'll try 800 again. Come on, Legolas. Gimli turned us down. Legolas, give us 800 gold. Yep, nice.
Acceptable. Good day to you.
Good. Right, now get out. Get on your bike.
Without question.
How many turns do we have to talk to Anduin Val? 2 turns? Might make it. We might just make it. We'll see.
As you wish.
No main menu? I don't know. The ranking system is volatile right now. I think they're still figuring out bugs in it, honestly. Roads. Where is the next place to build? So this has got roads. This is fine. I don't really need to build anything here right now. This is the one I want getting next tier of roads. Should be getting a garrison over here, actually. No, roads. Go roads. We're not at war yet. Once we're at war, we can make wartime decisions. Right now, we need to get eco running as fast as possible. We can make some more towers again.
Your orders,
you can just
my lord.
pop your head out this way.
Yes.
Or just in range to get back.
This tower will keep vigil
Throw a tower
over the
down,
lands.
and you...
Yes, my lord.
Yep.
Yes. With honor. This tower will keep
Look at
vigil
that.
over the lands.
Perfect. Already I'm feeling better about my vision
Your orders,
situation.
my lord.
Yes. With honor.
Come down up
This
there.
tower will keep vigil over the lands.
Sorry, I'm just looking at what he's saying. But if I have Ice Vortex on everyone in every fire, I spam as a shoot with 4-second cooldown. With the break distance, so you're stunned. Isn't that more value? You're not going to have it on everyone in a fight. It's very good for chasing, trying to catch out stragglers, cancelling blinks. You know, you should have it. You shouldn't just have it where they are. You should have Ice Vortex on where they're going. You can unpin your comment, Vodka. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're asking for my opinion as someone who's ranked higher than you, and I'm giving you explanation. Your choice if you want to. Your choice if you want to listen to that explanation. It's up to you. Okay, roads are up. Dirt paths, rather. Can we get any other tier of road here? No. So, definitely want masons. They're starting to look in this direction, aren't they? Hold up. Let's change this. Do this one. They're starting to look in this direction. I don't like that. Even if it's just a few troops. You're scouting things out. Okay. Let's go talk to...
Yes,
see if we can find any Anduin...
Yes, as you wish.
Vale peeps. I don't think if we get it this turn, we're not going to get it. Is there a fort somewhere here?
Yes. Without question. Yes. Without question.
I don't think we're going to get in range. We're going to miss that. We're going to miss that mission.
I shall continue tomorrow.
It's a shame. We'll have to wait until they talk.
Is that what you want?
Whoa. Snow orcs are coming here. Okay. Hopefully Erebor doesn't have any issues. They don't have any issues. Can't help them. We are not in a position to help Ereborians. G'day, Fortuna Zeph. Welcome in. Yeah, this is a Lord of the Rings mod. The Lord of the Rings mod. This is called Divide and Conquer, or DaC for short. It is it's a full overhaul Lord of the Rings mod for Medieval 2. And it's probably the most fleshed... Oh. Brune. What are you doing? It was a good choice to do this one. It's probably the most fully fleshed out mod for Medieval 2. It is exceptional. Every individual factions have all their specific faction scripts and things that go on for them. Full rosters for each faction, special events, custom UIs, custom everything. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, so it's about, with Ice Vortex, it's about having coverage where they're not yet. Right, so it's about thinking in advance, because you don't want them to ever get out of that Ice Vortex. Over here then, this is the next one we want. This one's got us roads, so that's making us a bit more money already. Now, I don't really want to talk to Anduin Vale.
As you wish.
Because I want a mission. I want a mission to talk to people. Because I want any additional advantages we can get. So we're just going to leave our diplomat here for the time being. And just see if we can get a little bit more value out of it. Did they add a new immortal rank? Top 25,000? I've not seen that before, but I might just look. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. In short, yes. In short, yes, they have. Okay. They're going into our territory. We're still neutral with them. Is there any...
My lord.
Anything over here?
Approaching.
Don't see any other forces. This is still held by Dorwinian.
My lord. Approaching quietly.
Okay. I mean, we're doing a little bit of end turns at the moment because we've stabilized somewhat. I mean, when I say stabilized, we're making 1,500 gold a turn, 2,000 gold a turn, and that's with everyone pretty much in free upkeep. We don't have troops really. Any troops we have are inside free upkeep. I think there's 4 units we have that aren't in free upkeep across everywhere. This is under attack. Okay, perfect. We've got another mission to talk to Anduin Vale. That's what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted. You know, is this mod have a Polish version? No, I don't know. Not that I'm aware. I think it's just English version. I think it's just an English version. But I'm not 100% sure about that. I doubt there would be a Polish version. I could be wrong. If you want any information on it, Fortuna, if you look on any of my... Let me just... So if you go to any of my YouTube videos, any of my DaC YouTube videos, in the description, you'll see a link to the DaC Discord. And if you want any information or ask questions in there, people are generally really quite helpful. Any information about it, the DaC Discord link there is in the description of any of those YouTube videos. And you can find out any information about it that you might want.
As much as you may
They're still
wish it,
chilling
I am
here.
not yours.
My lord, approaching quietly.
That's the spot, actually. That's perfect coverage. Stay there. That's where I want to go. So let's keep moving our diplomat now that we get the mission.
Yes, my lord.
No problem, mate.
What is it you wish
The
to
trade rights,
discuss?
just do this first. That
This
means that we get the
seems quite
750.
reasonable.
Because we want to make sure we get it and get another mission as soon as possible. Now that
Another
we've
proposition for us
completed
then?
the mission, we then go map information, their modest income. Now they haven't seen... Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just try for the full 1200. I don't think we'll get it. We might have to drop it to 1000 next turn, but we'll just see. Nice, we got
You
the full
hold us
1200.
at
Perfect.
ransom, and you know this. An
Oh,
honor and a
yes, I know
pleasure.
this. We just made
Farewell.
ourselves, what, 1,000 gold? That's great. That's great. 2,000 gold. Now, let's have a wager where we're going to go to next. Let's move our diplomat. Oh, thanks for the follow, Fortuna. Appreciate it.
Yes, tomorrow's journey.
Let's drop
planned
down
out.
and talk to Dol Guldur. We're not at war with them yet, so we
Stopping
might actually
here.
get a bit of
I shall
favorable
continue
trade.
tomorrow.
a favorable trade. This is going to be built, so now we can move him
Yes,
in.
my lord.
So when the upkeep costs are calculated, he should have free upkeep because this gets built at the end of the turn. That's good. Okay. Gale has now... Oh, we can get a Mason's Guild house. Oh, it's like... It's just greed incarnate, isn't it? You're like, oh, I build one. Oh, but I could get the next one. I could get even more reductions. Oh, I want more reductions, please. If we can get any other roads building, I'd take it. But I don't think there's really anything else we want right now. So yeah, I think we'll just go for it. And because he's getting a minus 10% on top of it, like we should be able to just spam out the buildings here. Ooh. I want that Athala Ranger. Now that we have a bit of money. Athala Ranger, these guys are really good as well. 4, 5, and 15. They're super good spearman units. We have free upkeep. We have these forts to fill up. So it's not like they're going to cost us money. They're just going to cost us out of our income, basically. So just get the rangers, because I definitely want this building next turn. So just get the rangers, and that means this will build next turn. Perfect. No vision of anything happening here. Still just watching this with great interest. Esgaroth's now making over 1,000 gold. If Erebor gets taken, we're going to have to raise troops super fast and probably take it from them. We'll become the dwarves. We'll take Erebor. Gondor. I hope Gondor holds out. I for once can Gondor win, you know? That's what I want. Okay, so we have 4 units of free upkeep here. Now that's great. That's what we want. Some more Athala Rangers from here as well. I could trade out these Northman Archers for Athala Rangers and the Dalian Longbows. This just becomes infinitely stronger to hold. I'm still waiting on Dol Guldur to come and attack, you know? I'm thinking it's going to happen soon. We need to be ready for it. Just spend all our gold. Next turn then... Esgaroth. Same deal for you. Just get that up. I really want the military garrison. We want to hold Esgaroth with the bare minimum. Free upkeep plus garrison units and nothing more. Absolutely nothing more. Because we have to spend all our money is going to be spent fighting Rune. Dol Guldur just cannot be a factor. They cannot be a factor. We just have to deal with them silently, basically.
Yes,
and not
my lord.
invest into any wars with them.
Without question. Yes.
down
Stopping
here.
here. I shall continue
Does
tomorrow.
anyone know if you can play Medieval online with friends? Medieval 2 you're talking about? This game, Medieval 2, Total War. If that's what you're referring to, you can play Hot Seat. That's as far as I'm aware. I've never done a Hot Seat campaign, but I know the general concept of how it works. So you have to have. I know, like, there are hot seat groups that play Hot Seat campaigns. So basically, a Hot Seat campaign is you'll have the game loaded in. You'll have the game loaded, and then you basically take a turn, and then you send the save file to the next person, and they take a turn. You send the save file to the next person, they take a turn. It's a very, very slow thing. There's not otherwise sort of multiplayer compatibility for Medieval 2, which I'm okay with. It's a single player game. It was intended to be a single player game, and Divide and Conquer does a really good job of being a fun single player game. Like, there are overpowered things. It's not 100% balanced because it's single player against AI. It doesn't matter if it's not 100% balanced. Okay?
Yes, my lord. Without question. As you wish.
Keep coming down
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
here. Eyes out here. Can I just go for a little bit of a wander?
Approaching
Now that we have the
quietly.
towers, we do have a little bit of an early warning system.
Approaching
I just want to see what is happening
Tomorrow's
between
journey
Erebor
planned out.
and Rune, and I would love to get... retrain him. I'd love to get another spy. Probably in one of these settlements. We're getting an inn. Actually pretty cost effective now. Smoking house and the inn. Yeah, they're really cost effective now. So we'll get another spy. So I want to leave one spy here and then just have another spy sort of seeing what's going on in these other areas. Having some advanced warning. Because if they start sending multiple stacks at me, you know, this isn't going to be enough. I need to know a few turns in advance what's coming. Right. That's about it for this turn. We can't really do anything else. You can build a tower.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, no, you went out of range. Well, because you're out of range anyway. Whoops.
With honor,
Come down to here. Whack a tower down there.
this tower will keep vigil over the land.
So we just lost a bunch of gold
Yes,
this turn.
my
That's
lord.
okay. I was careless. I paid for it. Overpowered like EPM and Dota. You should have me watching a lot of my streams. I am, though, in all seriousness. I was saying today when I was playing this afternoon, I feel like I'm getting a lot more of the internal clock is coming in. You know, for like Lotuses, Wisdom Runes, Tormentors, you know, standard bounties as well on top of that. Like Roshan, north side or south side. Like, the internal clock is building in my mind. Like, initially you had to have that. This is great. You had to have that sort of mentally. You had to think about that. It was a conscious thought to have to think about that. But now, it's more like it just happens automatically without me having to think about it, which is great. I don't wish to have to think about it. And that makes me think I'm spending a lot more time on things I should be thinking about then in the game. You know, positioning and taking fights again. So already I'm feeling a lot better about the new patch than what I was a couple of days ago. Okay. How can you not afford the smoking house? Get roads.
My lord. Approaching quietly.
Like there's... Can't see over here.
Approaching quietly.
Go for a wander.
Approaching
Yeah,
quietly.
doesn't look too bad at the moment, so come back over here and we'll
Tomorrow's journey
keep
planned
watch.
out. I shall continue
Watch with what is happening.
tomorrow. Yes, my lord.
I'm over here now. Could talk to Dol Guldur
Yes,
this turn,
stopping
but
here.
actually couldn't. Just come and sit here, and we want a mission. We want a mission to talk to Dol Guldur, basically. Still neutral. We actually aren't at war with anyone yet,
Your
ironically,
orders,
still.
my lord.
What are you guys doing?
Hootsman. Bonny day, is it no?
Dwarves just coming over. They're so jovial, the dwarves, when they're on your side. When they're not, they are brutal.
Yes, my
Now,
lord.
could you come down here a little bit?
With honor. Yes. With honor.
Just whack in. I can't construct a tower here? See me? Okay, let's just go all the way.
With honor.
Let's get a tower
Yes.
right in the corner here.
This tower will keep
Okay,
vigil
nice.
over the land.
I'm feeling a lot safer with
Your
that there
orders,
now. I
my
can
lord.
see any movements coming from
With
Dol
honor.
Guldur. Might have a turn's notice.
Yes, my lord.
Turns notice sometimes
Making
is all the
camp here.
difference. So he gets back inside the settlement though. Be all good to go. Roads will make them be able to get to that settlement faster. I don't really want them to be able to get to it faster. Oh my goodness. By the way, did you see OG's most recent video of their comms when they won the major with Seb? Did not know Amar is so vocal. No, I didn't see it. Didn't see it. Sorry, Vodka. Okay, so... we can't win this, obviously. And this is the declaration of war from Dol Guldur. Good thing we got that tower down. Been smart if we'd done it a turn earlier. Now... I can't withdraw. So what we do here is we auto-resolve and we pray that he doesn't die. Where he should auto-resolve, he'll lose and he should run back. I mean, the amount of times the AI auto-resolves generals that are 1 HP and still survive, he should run back towards Esgaroth. Auto-resolve. Clear defeat. Yep. 24 remaining.
We are disgraced.
One of them is the general.
Fall back and retreat.
And he goes back into Esgaroth. Exactly what we wanted. And that tower down will give us all the intel we need on any armies coming this direction. Baggage train lost, of course. Blockade port. Okay. Appears we need a boat. One boat. War with Dol Guldur, so they're coming. But we are set up here. This is what we wanted. We wanted to be nice and set up. We've got our militia garrison. We've got our good units in here. We're feeling pretty nice about this. Do want that third Athala Ranger, to be honest. Do construct him. Train him. Prisoners executed? Wow, that's a nice start to a war, isn't it? And then we want over here a where is it? Smoking house? Yes, smoking house. Smoking house there. Let's make another spy. I kind of get the feeling
My lord. Approaching
that
quietly.
Runa been talking to Dol
I serve
Guldur.
another master. You must deal with him.
They've been talking to Dol Guldur. Things are happening here. I'm not keen on. And since we didn't get the mission to talk to Dol Guldur, let's
Your
talk to him
orders.
now. They're at war.
Trustworthy friend.
Um,
What lies do you bring us?
Map
there?
information. Can you give us 1,200 gold before you try and come kill us, hey? Let's try 1,000. I think that's more reasonable. Yep, nice.
Do not think that is all.
You know where everything is. I don't
Farewell,
care.
then.
Come over it.
Without question.
Can we get that boat going as well? Oh, we got the inn going, smoking house. Good. We are on like everything is on full efficiency right now. Just trying to inch every little bit out of the economy we can get here. Now, I think Dol Guldur took a long time to attack. I expected these attacks to come earlier. In all honesty, I expected Dol Guldur to probably be attacking us 10 turns ago. And the fact they took 30 turns really surprised me.
We must make a stand. We are besieged.
But because of our preemptive actions, we can now should be able to hold here with minimal effort and be set up. Rumors from Arid Lewin. Man, wait, I think we're gonna need all that we can get. Under attack. They're just going up to the dwarves. Okay. Look, you know, we're just not pulling the trigger on this.
My lord.
My
lord. Approaching.
See what's going over in Skarn. I want to see what's happening. I want to see who's winning, who's losing. Hand and Dol Amroth. Dale has the Mason's Guild House. Okay, so everything here should be super, super cheap. So we want to go just flat gold. One first. How much is that? 450 gold for that. Nice. Nice. They're gonna siege that. That's fine. Otherwise, everyone is going well.
Yes, my lord.
Diplomat, come over.
As you wish.
We can get the
Tomorrow's
boat.
journey planned out.
You can get the boat constructed. That'll take 2 turns. How many turns do we have on that mission? 9 turns to blockade for 3 turns. And we'll get a military unit. Probably just get a riverman unit, but we'll chuck in free upkeep. Better than nothing. And frankly, right now we just can't push out. Like, we can't go attack. We just don't have the funds to do it. Let alone recruit units, but maintain them. Is coming in. We got Orc Maulers will be the ones we want to target with the archers, and then the Westron defenders should be able to take out the marauders and the host. Right. So let's get our first look at Esgaroth. As I said, I feel like we're going to be fighting here a lot.
We attack!
We're going to be fighting here a lot. Chronicle, you just had an idea. Okay? And the idea, I know you're going to say it. Before you say it, I know the idea. The idea is, when you make lasagna, just do it with potato instead of pasta sheets. That's the idea. Maybe you can move the faction leader between Dale and Esgaroth to get the minus 10%. Yeah. I did have a similar thought. It's just I was a little bit concerned. One, before I had vision up with the tower, and then once that tower came up, they'd siege us next turn. That is certainly a thought I had in my mind. So
Steady now.
So we want guys go like this.
Advance! Keep a lookout.
Now this is one of the walls. This is one of the walls that archers fire really well off.
I stand as the captain of Dale.
Okay. Unlike pretty much every other wall,
Keep a lookout.
these off this wall. Oh no. So we want
The enemy could be near.
you guys go a little further over.
Advance!
No, like go 4 deep. Go 4 deep.
Forward!
Yeah, like that. There we go. That's better. That'll give you guys a bit more
March!
space to work with. No, don't go behind them. That never works well. Like that. Could put them on this side because... Yeah, hang on. That's better. There's not many of them. So just do a switch. Put them over here. Go like this. So you guys can spread out a bit more. There's a lot more of you. And then you lads will have this little section here. There we go. That's good. That's good. Now he's the general. He's up on the wall. Just make sure he doesn't die there. Then you two lads are defending duty. Probably like this. That's where we're going. Set up like this. Alright. Okay. Now we want to shoot at very specific targets here. We want Mr. Who are you? Far side, and then your middle. So middle, shoot at the 228 over here. Far side, shoot at the 228 here. Shoot at 44. I mean, yeah, just shoot at the hold fire actually for the time being. But yeah, they actually do get really good firing lines off these towers, off this wall. You can see here, there's quite a low wall. They just look at that firing line out. This is what you'd want of every. This is what you'd want of every, you know, every wall in the game. You know, but it just isn't. Go. So could you hold fire? Go for them. Care about the archers. Seriously not in range? Man, your range is so short, eh? Go for these. Go for that. 39. That one. Two lads going here. Yep, getting a nice shot in. Yeah, this is why we wanted our good archers, some good archers here, so we could really make use of what we were working with. Could you go for these Wolf Marauders? Keep going for those. 105. Can take them out. You go. Keep going for the Maulers.
Archers of Dale.
Archers of Dale. On, lads. Take them out. Let them have it. Give them the goods. Men are lined up. You lads are ready. Staunch line of spears. Ready to meet whoever comes through this gate. Feral orcs. You go for these archers, or you keep going for them. Take them out.
The enemy are battering down our gate.
Oh, there's some bodyguards here. Take them out. Good. They're good targets. Actually, you go for the bodyguards. That's the target. Now we're cooking. You over here, take them out. And you keep going for the Marauders. The Wolf Marauders shouldn't pose many issues. They're down 60%, so they're about to charge in. As long as we are covering the... as long as we're covering the little... No, don't go over there. I want you to cover the gate up to the archers. Cover the gate to the archers. Don't let them in. What are you doing? That was not the idea at all. Come
the enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Run in position. Yeah. Let them have it. Keep letting them have it, lads. Loose. Okay. Fire again. Loose.
Come on! If we continue
Fire.
like this, we will smash the enemy.
Blow the horn. Scare those orcs. Okay. We go. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All go for the orc maulers here. Fire. Go fire at will. These lads are holding quite well here. As long as they don't get up onto the walls and hurt our archers. And you're tucked away over here. Nice and safe. Give it to them. Give them everything you've got. Yeah, they're just getting blasted coming in. So this is why we want good archers. Yep. Take them down. And the spearmen should be able to do the work. Obviously, this is why we want the military garrison as well, as soon as possible here. So we have basically all the good stuff. Okay, can you guys just hold? Stop. Can you fire at these Wolf Marauders? Alright then. If you can get a beat on them.
Pick up your bows,
Get them.
men! Attack! Pick up your bows, men! Attack! Attack!
Try and hit him. See what you can do. Speed things up. So make sure that the general dies here before they rout. But this is, I mean, we haven't even looked at the map of
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Esgaroth.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Just slow things down for a second. So this is Esgaroth. You can see here's the capture point all the way back in the rear. And the only way to get here, you can't actually go across. That's impassable. But the only way to get there is right around the edge. You can see it's sort of on the lake here. Obviously, you got all the towns. Got some boats here as well. I mean, it's quite a nice looking custom map. In terms of the gameplay, it's just one big circle. One big circle if they get through the gate and into this section here. You're out of ammunition. You killed the general, yep. You lads can go out now, finish off the job. And in terms of the rest of the map, it's just a nice big green field out here. Otherwise, it's just the lake. Actually looks nice in the mist there, doesn't it? Almost like it doesn't exist. You get back here, it's like, oh, you wouldn't even know it's there, you know? You wouldn't even know that the city's there. You can march past it. You march past and wouldn't even know that the city of Esgaroth is sitting there, you know? You're hiding there in the mist.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Take him out.
The enemy army flees the field. Awed by the
66
victory
lost.
we have won here today.
Those kills. 210 to the Athala Rangers. Very nice, very nice. Royal Guardsmen 64. There's not that many of them firing, you know? I think they're still recovering some losses. They're still recovering some losses. Very good. Clear victory. And I think we're going to have a lot of battles like that with Dol Guldur. And this is where we'll kill them. And you can see, once we get some better units as well, you know, if we get all the Athala Rangers on the walls there, you know, if we have like 4 Athala Ranger units on the walls there, 2 on each side, and have some decent infantry as well, if we can upgrade these to the military garrison, then it's going to take a big force to get through there. And not just a big force, but quite an elite force as well. I hope... So I was trying to see what Erebor's doing over here. Nothing on the border. Nothing on the border watch.
My lord.
I don't want to see what's happening over here.
Approaching quietly.
The Skarn is like...
Quietly.
Hold up. There's no one at Skarn.
Lord. Approaching quietly.
Can you come down here? Have they taken a
quietly.
If they've taken this settlement, then I'm gonna... Ooh. This is why I want to get Scout over here. I expected there to be troops here. And there's barely anything here at all. Unless they've just taken a fight. There's no devastation on the land. Ooh, yeah, we gotta get our spy down here. If Erebor have taken this settlement, then we just rush. We rush. We go to war and we rush. So we just need to get that intel. Get another spy. Get another spy, see what's going on. I mean, if that's the case, kind of all plans go out the window and we really try and jump them here. Retrain.
Orders.
Train them. 2 turns on another Athala Ranger. What I think we'll do is we'll chuck you.
Your will, my lord.
They're a archer over here. Yep. Chuck you over here.
Orders. As you wish.
Retrain you here. Definitely get another general. We want that one up and running. Alright. With that vision there, we should be able to move our general back and forth without being caught. Our faction leader, that minus 10% or plus 10%, minus 10% building costs. Diplomat.
Your
Okay,
orders.
so we got
What is
Lorien.
it you wish to discuss?
Trade rights.
Possibly a mistake. Very well.
Map information. You have reasonable wealth. Okay, 1200.
You hold us at until we meet again. Without question.
Over here, come talk to
I
the
shall
dwarves.
continue tomorrow.
Fortuna, if you're still around, by the way, if you're interested in this mod, I will just note that the soundtrack currently playing, is not the soundtrack in the DaC mod. The DaC soundtrack has all the like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, a really nice music. I've got the copyright-free music playing at the moment, which means I can put it on YouTube, basically. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to. So, yeah, the music in the actual mod is really, really nice. All, you know, obviously nice copyrighted music. But, yeah, so that's why you might... Like, that last soundtrack that was like a Rome 1 soundtrack. So I heard that, I was like, oh, there's the classic Rome 1 one. Around hello? Paradin AA? Be called NA. Numenorians Anonymous. Okay, we got roads up. This should increase our income. Spy should be constructed. Okay, you get over here.
I shall continue.
So you can see. And yeah, you can you just like, come down here?
Approaching quietly, my lord. Approaching quietly.
No, they haven't
Tomorrow's
taken
journey
it. Okay.
planned out.
I was gonna say if they had taken it, then my goodness, that would have been a moment
I
right
shall
there.
Continue tomorrow.
We'll still go down and have a look just to see what's going on. So we should be set up now. Get that third Athala Ranger. See, so this was something I was going to show as well. This is part of the script for Dale. You get the Dwarven and Elvish support. So if you go to Town Hall. So at the Great Hall level, you get Erebor Infantry and Woodland Wardens, just one of each. Get to the Lord's Hall. No, it's the Royal Hall. Royal Hall, you get the Erebor Infantry and the Wardens, but you also get a King's Shield unit, max one available, and Woodland Sentinels. So they're the 4 units that you get from the Elves and the Dwarves as part of the, you know, the Alliance. Lore-wise, the Alliance lore-wise part of the script you get with them. So they're cool. It's a nice little flair you get from them. I mean, the lower tier ones aren't much, but the upper tier ones are good. The King's Shields and the Sentinels are exceptional. Now, if you think about Sentinels, I love doing comparisons. Sentinels, which is like the second worst Wood Elf Archer, 8, 8, 5, 14. So, 8 missile, 14 defense, 226 high, as opposed to Thala Rangers, which is like our best archer, only 6 missile attack, 12 defense, very high actually, very high accuracy, 32, a bit more arrows, and 240. So it's basically like about the same as our best archer. Yeah, across a couple of different stats, you might, this sort of averages out about the same as our best archer, the Woodland Sentinels. Shows how good Elven archers really are. When you're playing an Elven faction, you never really realize how good your units are until you start comparing them to other factions. Okay, so Dale has some money. Oh, I'd love to get these roads. I think roads are the one to go for. Get the roads up. We'll have the boat and the Athala Ranger. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stick you.
Okay, Dale are on the warpath, so we'll get that third Athala Ranger. I think I still want to hold this guy.
My lord. Your
Over
will,
here.
my lord. By your command.
Yep.
Yes.
Jump in this fort, so we have some troops here if we need them. Still want to hold just with the bare minimum, and yeah, not cost us any more money. Now drink water.
My lord.
Okay.
My lord.
I talked to
It's
Khazad-dûm.
always good to see you.
Now they might know where. Let's try it. Let's try for 1200. They're rich. Dalium.
Name
Yeah, so we'll have to try for
farewell.
Yes.
1,000 next turn. Got a full stack in Khazad-dûm. Doesn't look like they're losing it to the goblins anytime soon. Quite happy with the land we got here, and that we're not at war with Rune yet, because this is going to change our war footing basically. Need. I'm torn at the moment. We'll just end turn. I'm torn between. Do I put a garrison in here and go, right, we're going to hold here? I don't think we do. I think I spend the money on the garrison in Esgaroth. And instead, I spend money on upkeep over there and also on military buildings. Because that's where we're going to be pushing. I think we spend the garrison money in Esgaroth where we're going to be holding. Because I feel like if I spend the money to get the garrison up here, yes, we might have a few battles here, but the idea,
My lord.
the plan, is for us to be pushing further south. And then once we've moved on, the garrison here is kind of worthless. That's the thought process I'm going with at the moment. Now, where are we going to be blockading? Where's our blockade? Bur Algae, which is this one, isn't it? So, this...
Ships ready. Blocking access to their port.
That? Oh. Do we have enough to get the... Guild House? Really would like to get the Mason's Guild House here. I don't have enough for either. 4,500, 4,106. Even with...
Your orders.
Aye,
Maybe.
my friend. What
Hold
can
up,
we
maybe
do
we
for
got
you?
enough. Maybe we got enough. Map information. Give me 1,000. You can give me 1,000. Come on, Barlin. We're allies. You're rich. You're rich. You're loaded. Give me 1,000. Yes.
This seems quite exciting.
Okay, with that 1,000, I took to Rohan.
As you wish. I shall
Now, 1,000
continue
isn't enough
tomorrow.
by itself. 4,162, 10%. Nah, it's not gonna be enough. We have enough movement here.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, it's gonna be close actually. No, I don't think we've got enough movement to get there and back. Close. But I don't think we have enough money anyway. Once we have roads here, we'll definitely have enough to get there and back. Another general. That general's going to head out over here. So what we want is a meeting hall. A meeting hall there to get free upkeep. So we get a governor going. And over here... Get a great hall. Get some halls, get some free upkeep. We want.
My lord. Approaching.
But there's just. Are they at war with each other? They are. I'm just not spotting like any evidence of war going on here.
My lord. Tomorrow's journey.
I'm rethinking that maybe we can go for just happy not being at war. Like, I kind of think it's a privilege. It's a bit of a privilege right now not to be at war with the Easterlings. I don't want to. I mean, yeah, we'd get a settlement. Maybe we could get 2. What if we went straight for Winteria and Ior, skipped Kondovan? and jumped them there. That would help the dwarves hold their flank. It's a large extension. Ah, Eredlun, accept the gift. Oh well. These things happen. These things happen. So the north is not going to be good for the forces of good. And you...
Yes, my lord.
...are heading out to here.
We can go no further, my lord.
My lord. Approaching quietly. My lord. Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly.
We're not making much money. Oh, I really want to get this. There doesn't seem to be many troops around. It would help Dorwinian as well. We got Kondovan. If we can get to here. If we can get to here, and then ultimately here. This is the one. Rubar is the town. If we can make it to Rubar, everything goes easily. Looking at what forces we have here. We can get some...
Your orders, my lord.
mercenaries. Kind of set up here, that's pretty good. Starting to look real angry, isn't he?
Yes, my lord.
Down
without question.
south.
As you wish.
Fangorn.
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
I'm really torn. I think if there was more conflict happening here, maybe I'd be inclined to go for it, but there's just not, which means that they're going hard on Dorwinian. And Dorwinian can get overwhelmed quite quickly. If they lose this to Dol Guldur, then we know that Dorwinian is in a lot of trouble. I'm torn. I'm really torn between what we should be doing here. Save money. Okay. Let's say something. If we can get this up, right? Let's just bite the bullet. 4,500. Let's save money. If we can get that building, I'm happy then with the defense over here. We can then pull troops out and go for it. Assuming it's looking good. Let's say we go with that. Because then we're secure on that front. 4 archers plus upgraded armory. Then we can try and see what we can do. There comes a point with these armies that there are too many soldiers
as the enemy surrounds us.
to whittle down. Like, this is a half stack now. So the army before was sort of like maybe a third strength. This is 50% strength. It's gonna be a lot harder. And we need to be able to just beat him in the melee, which is why we need the upgraded armory there.
Your orders. Yes. Stopping here.
I'll talk to them next turn. Okay, so that's good. That's set up now for the
yes,
governor.
my lord.
With
Get
honor.
there. You can chuck a tower down here somewhere as well. Vision as he's walking through. I mean, Rune could make the decision easy for us.
As much as you may wish it, I am not yours.
If they attack us, they kind of make the decision easy.
Approaching quietly.
3 turns on this. I can pull these 2 archers out and send them down as well. I mean, we could build a bit of an army here and send it down. I mean, we go negative again on the income. I don't really want to do it all. It really hurt going negative. Like, we are making a little bit of ground at the moment. Seems fine. It's just so... It's sitting here so juicy. It's sitting here so juicy. these two settlements. I could get to here. I could hold at a castle. So much easier to hold than this little town here. There's a fort here? That must be a new fort. I don't think that was a fort that was there before. There you go. There's a version 5 change. Pretty sure that's a new fort. Don't think that was there previously. More free upkeep. I think we can do it. I want the military garrison. Take that. And then we go. Send those units down on the boat. Okay, so we got 690 against 2,000 here. 1-to-1 army strength ratio. What do we got? No general, which is good. Very good. A lot of Mirkwood goblins. So the maulers and the host are the main issues. They're the ones we want to target, and probably the Mirkwood goblins. Don't worry too much about the archers. This is why we wanted the defenses here.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
This is going to be a fun campaign. I'm excited. I'm excited. There's going to be lots of decisions to make. And already I feel like I'm very torn between what I should be doing here. I feel like maybe I could have made better decisions. You know, but in hindsight, always the...
Be alert, Rangers! Move out, men! Guard position! Alert, Rangers! Fire! March! Move out! I stand as the captain of Dale. Watchful!
A little bit more.
Forward! Be alert, Rangers!
And I kind of want you 3 layers.
Onward!
Like that. I just go like that. That's fine.
I
Whatever.
stand as your captain.
You guys stand like that. Perfect.
Guard this area.
Okay, and once again, I want you sort of blocking the entrances to the wall. Okay, who are our targets? We want definitely the... You know what? Go back with goblins. Go for the maulers. Let's go. You can go for the Merfolk goblins back. You go for the goblins. You go for these ones here. Really bring them down. Let's go. Golgor archers actually have decent stats, better than goblins, so start taking them out as well. Do we have number U? Getting into this because that's good targets there. 174. Go for those ones. Good targets. Then we have. You're firing into these archers.
The enemy are battering down our gates.
I hit the Dogdor host. Actually, can you hit the Dogdor host? That's better. And you go for the maulers.
The enemy's ram has
They're
breached
already
the
through.
gates.
That's not good. They're already through. Okay, hit him with everything we got.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay, they're going to be a little too close now, so switch over to... Go for the Mercury Hunters. Door Archers. Out wide, go for the Mirkwood Hunters. And I guess go for the... Hunters, more of them. Firing. Okay, these lads are into it now.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Take him out.
I stand as your captain.
These dogs are hosts.
Be watchful.
These are hosts.
Steady now.
Crush them! We await your command.
Do them.
Crush them!
Steady now.
Crush them!
How are we going on the ground? What are these guys' stats actually? Unupgraded. 6, 5, and 14. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Skilled against mounts. 6, 5, and 14. I mean, against low tier units, they can definitely hold pretty substantially. The maulers are the main issue. That's why we wanted to shoot them. Take them out. Toronto. We're out of ammunition. So we shot all our ammunition there. That's good. Look at the carnage here. Very good use of our ammunition. And then we just chill on the ground here and let these guys do the work, because these guys are free. So we want to let every one of them die before we commit anyone else.
Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him
General
well.
down.
Make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
And we're above the 90%, above 85%, so it doesn't matter now how we win, as long as that we do. And these guys are still holding really, really well. Staunch line of spears. Look how good they look, eh? Half in the sun, half in the shade. Oh, I love this game, man. I love Look at this. Trying to fight. Just poking them. Stabbing him in. Stab him. They're fighting to the death. They're not even fighting back at the moment. That's good. I think we've won. They're fighting to the death. Go kill him. Come on, lads. Take him out.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. The enemy are utterly
Heroic
vanquished.
victory. Nice.
This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Thala Rangers, 425, 399, 362. Royal Guardsmen, only 184. Yeah, I definitely want to get another Athala Ranger in here. Even if it means probably not having free upkeep for him. I just want to get another. I want 4 Athala Rangers on this wall to make it just a really, really strong defense. I mean, he's doing a decent job for the time being, and he's a general, so it means the troops won't rout as easily, so it's good having him there. Esgaroth has no towers. That's a drawback. There are no towers on Esgaroth, so you really have to rely on the archers. Super, super rely on the archers.
We have triumphed!
Okay, we should have enough money to get this building. Actually, we want to send the faction leader in there to do that. What we'll do. So hang on, 389. One else to. Oh, okay. Where'd this army come from? Mission success. Oh, we got some Dalian swordsmen. That's good.
Your will, my lord.
Jump in
As
there.
you wish.
In the fort, get that free upkeep. Juicy, juicy stuff. Now, what we're gonna do? So, was it 389? Let's see how much we save. So, if you go into here, are you the governor? Yep. 389. Yeah, look at how much we saved. Woo! Okay, so we set it building. Then we run him back.
Yes, my lord.
Back into Dale. Nice. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. So any structures, we make sure he's building them. Make sure he's building.
Orders,
This
my lord.
train. Alright, so we just saved ourselves like what, almost 1,000 gold?
Your orders, my lord.
Very solid. Come to here,
Yes.
down a
We
tower.
shall continue tomorrow. This tower will keep vigil over the
Make it
lands.
there.
Yes, my lord.
And actually, you can then go join the army. No need for you to be here. So, I'll move you this turn. No, gotta wait until next turn for him to be there. So this kind of looks like they're bringing the first wave, you know? Question is, do we need to pull these lads out of free upkeep to defend it? I don't really want to.
As much as you may wish it, I serve another master. You must deal with him.
Don't really want to.
My lord.
They're more coming.
Quietly.
Doesn't
Approaching
look
quietly.
like it. Dwarves still hold these settlements. Where's my spy here?
My lord. Approaching.
As much as you may wish it, I am not yours.
Okay, so the Arrowlad Dragon Guard are quite good, and the Dragon Riders, but not so much inside a city. Baroon Raiders are very good, but not so much inside a city. These are the only ones. They're effective against armor. They're quite good. We do have the Lake Town Pikes here. I think we're fine.
I serve another master.
This is all trash.
Deal with him.
I think we're okay with this defense. And we'll hold these lads in the free upkeep. I think that will be the plan. And they are coming. Like, it was only a matter of time. Mr. Diplomat.
My lord, you have a proposition
Trade rights.
for me? You hold us at ransom, and you know this.
Eomir. How you going, Eomir?
There
Make
is something
offer.
else you wish to propose.
Oh, wrong one. Map information. Make demand. 1,200. You're modest. Maybe you can defend. Maybe you can give us the money.
Possibly a mistake,
Nice.
but we'll accept. Good day to you.
Now, I mean, we're down here. We may as well keep heading south. We didn't talk to Gundabad. Or the goblins. They're going to be the last ones we talk to. Yeah, we'll just keep heading south and
As you wish.
talk to Gondor, I guess.
shall continue tomorrow.
See
Stopping
what's going on
here.
down here. Get the war correspondent in the right area. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. We can probably end our turn 2,400. Spend money on anything. I mean, this one hasn't even got the Masons Hall up yet. We'll need it at some point. But, once again, I think I have better things to build. For instance, here. Getting a port seems good. 3,000 gold, though. Maybe just go for the grain exchange. Or roads seem even better. Other roads. Do we get master roads? Roads. It would appear not. So we only get tier 2 of roads. It's okay. Let's see if Rune declares war here. Kinda guessing they do. Just we've eked every last drop of peace we could get here. I don't know, that's it. Dolgador and Rune have declared it.
We are besieged.
The hand is forced. So if we can repel these two little forces here. Go for Condovant. Anduin's leader is dead. Please no. Not again. Not again. Walk to Isengard. Ah, shit.
Your orders. Yes, I shall continue
I'm
tomorrow.
surprised Rohan hasn't cleared out
Tomorrow's journey
Fangorn camp
planned
yet,
out.
honestly. It's a bit of a surprise. Oh, we don't have enough money. What can we build here that's really cheap? 900, 775, yeah. This trade line, the trading post line, what's it called? Where is it? Trade routes. This line, although it still just says increase in tradable goods, just like it says for marketplace, same as Dorwinian, This particular line is really, really good. It's like a bigger multiplier. This increase in tradable goods. So it is really quite good. So I think I will just spend 775. So it's super cheap on that. Just get that happening. We did complete our mission. Do we have another one? Yeah, took to Isengard. That's good. Now I'm thinking this boat. Come back to here.
Yes, sir.
And kind of pick up some troops next turn. Now if I'm picking up some troops, pick up some more, you know? You feel me? Dali and Billman. Just stick with the swordsman, purely because we already have swordsman down there, and that means that they'll be able to merge together, whereas a Billman unit won't be able to. Q stalled out there. Dale's got roads. Really nice. And then the Great Hall over here actually gives us a bit more free upkeep. And we can get something airable infantry. Ooh. Actually really good. I compare that 8, 5, and 13 up against 4, 6, and 3. Obviously it's not effective against armor, which is surprising because they have an axe. And you'd think a dwarf wielding an axe would be more effective against armor than some peasant. But, you know, what will be will be. For a war there. Keep an eye on what's going on sort of this area and yeah, pull back.
My lord.
I will not waste words on you.
No, I'm not concerned by what's in those armies. Just come back to here.
Approaching quietly. Approaching quietly, my lord. My lord.
Okay. That's about, we've just gone over 3 hours on the recording, so I think we're probably gonna full stumps on episode 1. I think I'm happy with what we've done. Actually, you move him over.
My lord.
Nice. Move over, and then you can move down.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we're about cool stumps in episode 1. I think we've kind of got through that initial really hard period. We've got some settlements. We've got some defenses up in Esgaroth. And we're thinking about taking here. If we can get to Varfest, we can just hold them there. And get a couple more settlements and build up behind. That would be really good. That would be the plan. So, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you in part 2. Have a good one.